is Savardis. He's on the move, and they're going to look for Savardis in the corner. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, makes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Mowbray moving in. Sent one on goal, and he scores! And it is a power play goal!
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
Smith delivers. Second, and the ball game is over. Massapequa Coast has won the 2023 New York State Little League Baseball Championship.
Live from the sunny Werblin Recreation Center on the campus of Rutgers University, PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into coverage of the Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Conference's 2024 Championship. This is day 3 here at Rutgers. We are going to get started at about 5:15, 5:20 with our senior walk tonight. And of course, we will have the final few events for this championship. This is day 3. Going on the west end of the broadcast is our diving boards. The diving stream will be up shortly. So for those of you who are looking for diving, that will be on our second stream here on PDF Sports Network. Here we will have coverage of the final events here on day 3 of the Mets. They will consist of the mile for both the women and the men tonight. The final heat, that is. Then we'll have the 200 backstroke for both the women and the men, the 100 freestyle, the 200 breaststroke, the 200 butterfly, and we will end things tonight with the 400 freestyle relay events number 39 and 40 that will cap out this 2024 Metro Collegiate Athletic Conference season. And it's been good so far. We had some great preliminary results earlier, and we will get you those finals as we gear up for these final few events as we go. My name is David Pizzuto. I will be joined by Nick Durst a little bit later on in the broadcast. In fact, in just a few minutes as he gets set into the booth. And then later on tonight, we might have Joe Foreman, who led you through most of the broadcasts on Friday and Saturday. Joe will be fresh off the Jersey Turnpike trying to get here and might join us for the last few legs of competition. In any event, so delighted to be here with you all, and of course for this Metro competition. Now, what we will say, just to get you ready, is that from time to time we will have to lower our audio or turn it off completely. That is because due to some music copyrights here at the pool, we don't want this to get flagged. And of course, we want our viewership to be strong, and we want to make sure that replays of this can be seen later without any copyright infringement. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. So from time to time, we may have to go muted, but we rest assured that we will have full audio for you as well. The other programming note for this segment, day 3, is that at 5:20, we will have our senior walk, which will feature all the seniors from our competing teams. We will have it covered for you, and for that, we will go down and to the public address announcer, and he will carry that directly for us. So we will be off the air for that, but you'll have the audio from the desk downstairs as we continue to hone in on our audio levels here. So once again, the final few events tonight in the pool: the mile, the 200 back, the 100 free, the 200 breast, 200 butterfly, and the 400 freestyle relay. Going on to the west of us, they are starting to do their practice dive, and that will be on a separate stream, also on youtube.com at PDF Sports Net. So if you are looking for diving, there will be a separate diving stream, and we will get you that shortly. So with that, we will take take a break, step out. When we come back, we will have live coverage of day 3 of the Mets. Stay with us. Once again, folks, we will be on the air just a few minutes here. We think we have our audio fixed. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. We can hardly hear ourselves, but as long as our broadcast is doing well, that's all that matters. And we do want to let you know that when we have our senior walk, we are going to throw the audio to the public address announcer who is up, and he will have the MC honors.
Diving coaches, we need bio sheets from Husson, Maritime. Just Husson and Maritime, thank you.
Right now, our public address announcer has announced some of the diving that will be going on here, but we anticipate getting on about 5:20 with the senior presentations, and then from there, about 5:30, we will get our events underway. So in just a few moments, I welcome in Nick Durst to the broadcast. And we will do another audio test here. Welcome in, Nick Durst. Hello, Nick.
Hey, Dave. How are you?
Good, good. I want to test your audio, Nick. We have to raise you a little bit. We can hardly hear ourselves here, but we were popping on the broadcast, so we got to keep our audio a little bit low.
Guess so. Get rowdy in here later.
So once again, about 5:20, we will have our seniors come in, and we will throw it down to the public address announcer for that. And then we will have coverage of our events, which will be the mile for both the women and the men. We'll have 200 backstroke, we'll have 100 free, 200 breast, the 200 fly, and then we'll finish up with the 400 freestyle relay.
At this time, we'd like to clear the competition pool, please. Any remaining seniors report to the behind the glass block wall, please. Thank you.
All right, at this point, Nick and I will go off of headset, and we'll throw it down to the public address.
From
Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's. Okay.
Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's and Lehman, and we don't have a runner from SUNY Maritime. Yeah.
We're still looking for timers from Mount St. Mary's, Lehman, and a runner from
New York, SUNY Maritime.
SUNY Maritime.
And
I have the senior list. We missed one.
I checked, he's not here. I talked to their coach.
Who?
AJ.
That's not
No.
who.
Okay.
Yeah. I go around him.
a backup timer from Sarah Lawrence. Also.
We're also looking for a timer from Sarah Lawrence.
Okay. So she's not orange. Natalia from Felicia.
Natalia Amano. Okay. Natalia.
All right. So then you still need.
Championship swimming and diving meets. We're going to start tonight off with our senior parade. From Baruch College, Bennett Meskua. From Brooklyn College, Doreen Dalala, Julie Harung, and Veronica Tisco. From Felician University, Natalia Amano and Isabella Portosi. From Gordon College, Lily Brooks, Catherine Maloney, Stephen Mayo, and John Sullivan. From Hunter College, Yu Feng and Nancy Leal. From Hudson University, Spencer Burnett, Ben Carusi, Kayla Payson, Hannah Sutter, and Isaiah Terrio. From Lehman College, Lorraine Castillo and Brandon Combs. From the Maine Maritime Academy, John Gilpin, Haley Kent, Darn McKillie, and Kyle Smith. From Mount St. Mary College, Emily Gursky, Jackson Lerner, Catherine Masada, and Tyler Williams. From Roberts Wesleyan University, Robert Bodine, Teddy Herman, Caitlin Reiki, Daniela Rodriguez, Renee Rosler, and Brett Van Boden. And from Sarah Lawrence College, Genevieve Chiappetta. Our 2024 senior class. Now would you all please rise for the singing of the national anthem. The national anthem tonight will be performed by Robert Wesleyan's Bodie Baldwin.
Rise
we still need timers for Felician, St. Mary's, and Leon.
May I have your attention? We're still looking for timers from Felician, Mount St. Mary's, Lehman. Mount St. Mary's, Lehman, and Felician. We need timers.
SUNY Maritime. Our runner hasn't showed up yet.
And a runner from SUNY Maritime.
Okay, we'll do the same as we did last night.
Yes. Do you
Welcome back. Welcome back here to the Metros. We are back on set, having taken the baton from our partner for their extraordinary service. And the competitors in the 1650 freestyle on the women's side have now placed on the board, and we're about to have our race.
Yeah, first race, and it's a long one. So this is going to be a race here. We have at least 20 minutes worth of racing, and we'll take a look at some of the competitors in this first race. And we will go with the women's 1650 freestyle to start things off. And we'll go lanes 1 through 8. Lane 1 from the main Maritime Academy is Kylie Cantillon. Lane 2, Mount St. Mary's College team, it is Megan Worcester. Lane 3 from the Georgian College. Lane 4 from Felician University is Sala Allen. Lane 5, also from Felician University, Tiana Lukic. Lane 6 is Aaron Ford from Brooklyn College. Lane 6 from college is Sophia Kuchta. Lane 8 from Hunter Parvina Maldonado.
All right, so certainly the seed times are there, and we will see how it play out here in this final heat. And before we get started, to let you know once again, program note, you are looking for diving tonight. We have separate feed catching our diving. The women's 1 meter, the men's 3 meter. You can catch that on our other stream, which is actually now, but the audio for that will be coming up as we get closer to diving.
So we're getting ready for this race here, and the best seed time was out of lane 4 by Salma Nuno Gallen, who at 18:35.87 in this one, right behind 19:02.71 Tiana Lukic. The Metropolitan's record set in 2017 at a time of 16:48.38 by Anna Grazia Bonsati. So not thinking that's going to be touched here. As we discussed the last 2 days, a lot of new teams here to the competition.
Yep, and we had two earlier heats of this, Nick, at about 2:25. We had 10 of women's swimmers do the 1650 in 2 heats. So these are the final. These swimmers did not participate in those heats. So there was a time final. And so these 8 are the ones who represent the times during the regular season and have seeded accordingly.
Yeah, so last night of swimming here, lots of action going on throughout. So we have the women's 1650 freestyle, followed by the men's, and the women's 200 backstroke, the men's 200 backstroke, women's 100 freestyle, men's 100 freestyle, women's 200 breaststroke, men's 200 breaststroke, women's 200 butterfly, men's 200 butterfly, women's 400 freestyle relay, and concluding it with the men's 400 freestyle relay. Should be taking us with the live action up until approximately 8:35 this evening.
That's right, and have a little bit of a delay here as our times are in place and our officials are going through all of our swimmers. And Nick, while we do have time, I am going to leave head down to our diving facility, get all things set there. And when we come, we'll have the 16. 50 here. On the women's and then the men's side right after. So stay coverage of the Metros on PDF Sports Network.
Competitors are making their way to the pool now to get the action started. So as I mentioned, 8 competitors here in this D3 cut time. 17, 21, 20. Felician in first place so far throughout this competition. Look for that to continue here. The 2 co-favorites in this event. And we're getting set for them to jump in the pool. Competitors are now being introduced over the public address system. This is Nick Durst with you right now. We're joined once again momentarily by David Pizzuto, who is getting the microphone PA from the senior walk, and he will be bringing that over to the change room, and that way the Dodgers will have audio. Hearing some good advice here about the competitors over PA. Tiana a pan. 650. So behind the start here, supposed to start the first by 5:30. Now 5:34. As the competitors are still being introduced. Energy in the building here this evening. As the competitors, supporters, and teammates are very excited for the last night of the meet. Competitors on marks, getting set to dive in. And the teammates, of course, along with the other show the number of laps they are on. So 16:50 should be an 18.5-minute race. Right, let's go through the records, and here are in first place. So if we get that information, we can relay it to you. The cheer at the top was Nuno Allen. She was in there at 28 seconds. So a long here to go. All pacing in this one. You don't want to cut the game too fast and gas out. Swimming 18 and a half minutes. Easy discuss for sure. Maritime Academy, currently in place overall. First place, Metropolitan University is in first place, large lead by 3 points. So they'll look to finish this meet very strong here. And right now they have the 2 top swimmers in this event in the pool. As you know, Gallen was 31-2 on that second touch. Lukic 32-14.
So next is what we're going to do is we're going to step off audio, reset our because we're crackling up pretty bad here, and not really sure why, but we will figure it out. And
All right. Enjoy the sights, and we'll be back soon.
You got it. All right, Nick, we are back on there. We'll see if we're still popping.
Hello, and we're back here, the Sunny Warbling Recreation Center in the pool here, and we are 3 minutes into this competition right now, and right now, Nuno Gallon with the 3-stroke lead over her teammate Lukic, and then behind them is Megan Worster up in lane 2. Worster had a 33-56 split right there. Most competitors on their 17th lap, and the leaders are on their 19th. So it looks like everybody's now on the 19th. And Nuno Gallon, 33-74 split, still leading the way. But Megan Worster at a 33-51 split, so she is swimming very fast right now as well. Lukic a little behind in 35-26 on the split time. So nobody really stride for stride at the top right now in this race. We are 6 minutes in, so still plenty of time left to go. Certainly want to set a good pace here if you're out front, but you do not want to burn out early. You want to pace yourself in such a long race. It takes a lot of training, a lot of stamina to race in this particular race. So lane 3, Catherine Maloney, 35-98 split. Got you everybody's split times here as they come across. 33-79 for Nuno Gallon. Aaron Forrest out in lane 6, 37-17. Megan Worster continues to dominate with the splits 33-43. Kylie Cantlin 36-77. Kucherov 37-85. Madalavia 37-46.
All right, Nick, I'm going to try and come back in here as we think we might have gotten our audio fixed. Not really sure what happened. I think it was probably with the public address microphone hooked up was interfering with ours and just making this terrible crackling sound. So we truly apologize about that, and hopefully things will be smooth sailing from here. But if it is not, of course, reach out via the chat and we will try and get it rectified as soon as possible.
So far, the leader at the top is who we thought would be Nuno Gallon, but Meg, is she going too hard out of the gate here? 34.04 continues with the best split times. She's going to be on her 28th lap now the 29th.
Yeah, so approaching that midway mark, of course, 66 turns will do the trick. So plenty of race left. And one of the things I was saying, Nick, during the preliminary heats, and actually I have a little delay in my earphone. What I was saying is, it's a very interesting race because some racers, of course, like to come out to a really big flying start.
Right.
And a lot of racers, of course, want to pace themselves and make sure that they have plenty in the tank for those last, 4, 5, 6 laps, last 100, 150 yards of this, really get to turn it on. So it's a race where you really have to stay disciplined, and sometimes that's really hard to do when you have a swimmer to your right and left that you also trying to keep pace with.
Yeah, it's very difficult in the longer races because you can't exactly give it your all early on because you will have difficulty maintaining that lightning quick pace. So you want to ideally build up to the strongest swimming towards the end. And right now we see Megan Worster, who has come out really strong early on. Her seed time a little bit behind the best. She was 24:57, but you always have to consider a lot of the times with the prelims and going into an event like this, maybe you don't necessarily give it your all and tie yourself out with your energy. So as long as you're good enough to get the top 8, we saw a few times last night in the competitions that there was some upset winners.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about the 1650 too, Nick, is that you see a lot of disparity between the seed time or the preliminary time and the finals time. That's usually not the case in 100s or 50s or even 200s, but in a race like this, you could see some dramatic differences. So
yeah, more margin of error here in the prelims to the finals versus a lot of margin of error in a shorter swim.
Yep, and I remember when I've spoken to distance swimmers in the past, sometimes it's disorienting because you're racing to the right or to the left of someone and you know what their time is and you know what they're used to doing during the season. And so you say, well, if I could stay with this person for the first 20 laps or the first 25, I can beat them in the second 25. But in a race like this, they could come and kind of, outpace themselves. And so now you're pacing yourself against the swimmer to your right and left, might be throwing the whole thing out of whack.
Yeah, this is a particular race where you really don't be looking to the other swimmers, and you want to just go against yourself and do what you're capable of because it's just so long. The length of this race, longest race you're going to see. And you have to find it within you to give it your all after a long weekend, a lot of racing. All these racers were at a bunch of different events as well. And now they're going to really give it their all in this race and then potentially race later on tonight in some relays.
Yeah, it's a good point. We'll see them race again, probably in relay.
Lukic 35-49 split. Forrest 37-48.
Still. You're okay. You
So we continue on here, 12 minutes in. So about 6 more minutes to go right now, and looks like Nuno Gallon, lane 4, is still setting the pace as she's on her 45th lap, it looks like. And some swimmer is well behind, only on 41. So trying to get a peek here at the laps. So Nuno Gallon, she's ahead first right now, 30 for 42, her last split. Behind her, it looks like is Megan Worster in lane 2, but she's significantly behind. With all these racers here, hard to tell and keep up with who is leading the action when it's such a long race, but judging by the touch right now, looks like Nuno Gallon is in first. Worster right there with her. Worster's on 47th. So maybe it looks like Worster's actually in first right now, so that'd be an upset if she is the one who wins. So Worster looks like she's gonna come in and touch right now. And her split 33.55. And looks like about 4 seconds off that pace is Nuno Gallon, who's in second, 34.56 split. But Nuno Gallon, of course, had the best seed time, so we'll see if she turns it on here in these final 3 laps. I believe that's where we're at here. So 49th lap here, so Worster, she's smelling a potential victory, closing in on it. She's got, say, about a 2 bodies length lead right now. 34-38 split right there as she turns back the other way. And 34-45 for Nuno Gallon. So some swimmers now on their 51st lap. Nuno Gallon, she will touch the pad, 34-31 split time. And she's gonna now go to her 53rd lap, same as Megan Worster. So it's a battle between the two of them right now to see who is going to win this. Everyone else is at least 2 laps behind. Worster with a healthy lead right now down the home stretch. About another 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes left in this race. So Worster coming back now. A half pool's length lead just getting stronger and stronger here towards the end of the race. The 61st lap. Still a half-pole lead here for her. Down the home stretch here on the 60-second length. 33-83 split. She's getting stronger here as we go along. Touched it pole at 17:20. Gallon 7, almost 8 seconds behind. 34-23 split. 63rd length now. Nuno Gallon does touch the wall. We are now at the end, the last lap. Megan Worcester is going to win this, going away in a bit of an upset. Nuno Gallon will take second place. Quite a distance behind her, about 6 or 7 seconds behind. Worcester going to win. Nuno Gallon to get second. We will see who gets third. Here comes Worcester. And she is going to win this from Mount St. Mary College. Great swim for her with a time of 18:24.72. Megan Worcester is the victor in the 1650 women's free. Nuno Gallon, second place, 18:34.66 from Felician University. Felician University already in first place, so that second place finish in this race will help the overall team score.
Well, Nick, talk about outdoing yourself. She came in with a seed time of 20:24, and she comes in at 18:24 to take the win in this.
Yeah, she was just taking it easy by over 2 minutes.
Yep. And it's very rare you see someone from lanes 1, 2, 6, and 7, and 8.
Third place, Tiana Lukic, 19:04.28. So those are your top three, but a lane 2 victor, Megan Worcester. Tremendous job by her.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you have that pole position, that lane number 4 for Felician, and you outdo yourself, or you're right on track for what you're supposed to do, and you still lose the race by 10 seconds, that's got to sting a little bit.
Absolutely.
But what a swim by Worcester.
Catherine Maloney, she takes fourth place, 19:33.93. So over a minute and 11-second difference between first and fourth place. 10-second differential between second and third. But a great swim by Megan Worcester, outdoing her seed time by 2 minutes to take victory.
Yep, and Catherine Maloney should feel very good about herself as well, as she came in well under her seed time, 16 seconds. Beat that, as coming in is Erin Forrest, who will take 5th place officially at 20:19.53. And the rest of the field sorts itself out, Nick. You have Kuchthoff taking 6th. You have Cantlin taking 7th. And then, of course, in the 8th spot, Parvina Makbadalieva coming in 8th with a time of 20:27.29. And, those are some great swims right there. Just 2 minutes and 3 seconds separating first from last place in that one. That was a heck of a start.
Yeah, absolutely. Tremendous finish there. And a bit of an upset to get things started here this evening.
So, Nick, we think we got our audio fixed. I'm hoping. We have our fingers crossed. We're hoping that things went well. Just had to replace some wires and move some things around. We can hardly hear ourselves, but
I can barely hear you, Dave.
I know, but we can, we'll have to practice our lip reading or take one of these earphones off. But
once the music stops, it'll be okay. But now they're going to introduce the divers here in the
that's right.
arena. So the divers get introduced, but if you want to watch the diving stream, click on the other live stream on the YouTube page.
Yep, we should mention too that our diving feed right now is without audio completely, but that's on purpose. That audio will come up once that gets started down there.
Your 5th seed from Maine Maritime Academy, Emma Brondon. Emma is only in her second year of diving and is also her last year of diving. Your fourth seed from Hudson University, Lily Butler.
Men's 1650-yard freestyle coming up next. And the record for that is 15:40.92 by Eric Kren in 2017.
Your third seed from the Maine Maritime Academy.
Yep, and
Natasha Kopek.
as Nick mentioned, the divers are getting introduced. The women's will be on the 1 meter tonight. They were on the 3 meter last night, and the men will take the 3 meter. They, of course, were on the 1 meter last night, but 6 divers in total will grace the platform. Our friend Nick is at the diving scoring table, and he'll have the audio for you guys on the other stream. So pay attention to that. Look out for that.
And your top seed from Roberts Wesleyan University, Emma DeCaw. Emma was the winner and an NCAA Division II qualifier in the 3 meter competition last night.
And the announcements, of course, of some of the results from last night. And, you know, Nick, while we have a few moments, we should mention that after 2 days on the women's side, Felician has a huge lead, 870 points.
300-plus point lead.
Right, 360 and a half point lead
having,
over Maine Maritime.
having 2 top 3 finishers in the last race will only help.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mathematically, they could have this thing won already, and they're one of only 2 Division II schools here. The other is Roberts Wesleyan, which right now is in 4th place. But one of the things I was saying before you got on the air, Nick, was that, you know, it's really muddied waters from there. You got Maine Maritime at 509 points. You got Husson at 498. You got Roberts at 457. Baruch has 450 and a half. So really, second all the way down is up for grabs as the men's diving contingent gets introduced. And on the men's side, Nick, it looks like it's a 2-team race for the top between Maine Maritime and Baruch, 60 points separating. But with diving and a few events here, that could certainly turn around.
Can go either way. And with Maine Maritime, 21 male competitors, the most males here. Baruch 15 males, which is 3rd most, so no surprise there. And on the women's side, Felician University, they have 12 females, which is tied for 2nd most, so really not overall too surprising how the standings are shaking out based on the number of competitors each school has.
Jack was 3rd last night on the 1 meter board. And your top seed from Robert Wesleyan University, William Roquefort.
So once again, the men's diving unit will be on the 3 meter boards tonight, and we'll have audio of that very soon on our other stream. They're a little bit late to start there. It's 6 o'clock exactly now. But as soon as they start there, we'll get you up and running. In fact, I think our audio is equipped on diving now, so you should be able to hear some ambient noise. And then, of course, Nick from Roberts Wesleyan will have the call over at diving. That should be a lot of fun. As we get set for the men's heat of the 1650, the mile. And Nick, we have just about all the teams represented. 2 from Baruch are in lanes 3 and 7. But they'll make their way now to the starting blocks.
Yeah, so here's a starter. Here are the people that are playing or competing in this competition here. This is heat, 1 heat only here, 8 competitors. Lane 1 from Sarah Lawrence College with the seed time of 19:43.02, Patrick Rao. Lane 2 with the seed time of 19:16.40 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Ronald Pasica. Lane 3 from Baruch College, 18:18.44 seed time, Gregory Tarantiev. And lane 4 from Brooklyn College, 18:00:51 seed time, freshman Michael Kravitz. Lane 5 with a seed time of 18:11.98. for the Maine Maritime Academy, James Cregan. Lane 6 from Gordon College with a seat time of 18:32.70. John Sullivan. In lane 7 from Baruch College with a seat time of 19:20.19. It's Leonardo Valdivia. And in lane 8 from Roberts Wesley University, the senior, with a seat time of 20:13.38, Logan Childers. The Metro Champs record held by Eric Wren. And he had a 15:40.92 record on February 19th.
In this meet, but what we should have is a very spirited race here in this one. Just looking at the times and how much they can fluctuate on the big stage, this is really anyone's race. Because Nick, I guess the going notion is that you could go plus minus a minute for all of these times. Usually it's minus a minute, not plus. Somebody's not going to come in more than a minute off their time. But considering every one of these racers might be able to shave their time by a minute, anybody has a chance here.
Yeah, we just saw the last women's race, a 2-minute difference. But right now, I would say within a minute usually has been the difference in the long races. So this race had 4 competitors very close with the seat time. So could be a winner, anybody between lanes 3 through 6. Michael Kravitz, obviously the favorite, but we just saw in the last race, that does not necessarily mean that he is going to win.
All right. 1,650 yards to go here. And they're off and running. And at least for now, they are all in unison, synchronized swimming through the first 25. And as they make their first round, looks like the first to touch was John Sullivan for the 25. And right now, he's got the pace through the first 50.
Sullivan beat out there at touchpad. James Cregan touched first. And right now, Sullivan everybody's still bunched up early on, so not going to make too much of the early touch points.
Yep. And the 2 teammates, like I mentioned, are in lanes 3 and 7 in case they're looking at one another to keep pace. But that's a long distance away. In fact, Terentiev had a short lead, but it looks like once again, it's Sullivan doesn't touch first. But everybody right there, 5 swimmers in the 31-second range through the first 100.
In 3rd place, Hudson University, 683 points. In 2nd place, Baruch College, 851 points.
PA going over the standings. Hunter College in 2nd.
Points, the
Maine Maritime Academy in 1st.
And right now, through the first 6 lengths, Terentiev, Cregan, and Sullivan are really setting the pace. Pasieka getting over in lane 2, making a touch, good for 4th place right now.
Right now, Kravitz, he's just pacing himself. Not at the lead early on, but he did have the best seed time.
Right, so 18 minutes flat was Kravitz's time coming into this one. And you have to wonder, in his head, is he looking at the field in front of him saying, I'm right where I need to be at this point. I'll make my move in a few laps, or maybe 10, 15 laps from now, if he likes where he is, or if there's a little panic, saying to yourself, you know what, this is not where I'm supposed to be at this stage. But I'm sure that's why his coaching staff is by the side of the pool and giving instructions.
Yeah, I would say, I'm not a swimmer, but my strategy in this particular race would probably be to just kind of stick with the crowd for the first 30 lengths and then see if I can break away later on. But you don't want to fall too far behind. And right now, Kravitz about 3 seconds off the lead right now.
Right. And once again, it is Pasieka, Cregan, and Sullivan really keeping the pace here, as Cregan was first to the turn. They have about a body and a half lead, maybe 2 body lead right now over Kravitz, who is in the pole position at lane 4. Right now, even with Pasieka. Actually, it was Terentiev who's in the lead right now with Cregan and Sullivan.
Sullivan with a really strong start, maybe catching some by surprise, but like I said, everybody was really...
Sometimes it looks like Cregan's getting to the wall first, and that time he does touch up just slightly after Sullivan did.
Sullivan 33.01.
Yeah.
Touch time there. Cregan 33.06, so really, really close.
Right, 5/100ths of a second, so that is a photo finish if you've ever seen one. But now Cregan extends his lead maybe to an arm's length, but again, here comes Sullivan coming on strong for the back end here, closing in on the touchpad. 14 lengths in the books. Again, not to be outdone, Gregory Terentiev, also from Baruch College, just a hair behind the 2 leaders. And Kravitz, of course, keeping pace.
Big race for the overall standings here.
That's right.
Between Baruch and Maine Maritime Academy, but it seems like both of those schools destined for this rate, a top 3, top 4 finish at the very worst.
That's right. So, and Baruch, knowing that they have 2 in the pool, will get some valuable points and will cut into that 60-point Maine Maritime lead at this point. And once again, coming up at the conclusion, we will once again send it over to the PA for the final announcements. And of course, we'll have our winners crowned. And after 18 lengths, once again, they are neck and neck for first, second, and third. Cregan by 1/100th of a second right now, outpacing Sullivan. But Terentiev got in before them both, 0.2 of a second.
So it's approximately about 13 minutes left in this race, 20 lengths through so far. Right now, Cregan maintaining his small lead over Sullivan. It looks like Michael Kravitz, Dave, is starting to make a bit of a push here.
Right. Yeah, he's right on the heels of Terentiev now. Just less than 3 seconds behind. But you can see how he's closed the gap. He's kind of right at the feet of James Cregan.
Cregan still with a very narrow lead in this one over Sullivan. Looks like Sullivan dropped to third there.
Yep.
On that last touch.
Yeah, that last split was a full 1.5 seconds behind Cregan. So now he's surrendered the lead. Cregan ahead by about 0.6 of a second over Terentiev.
Kravitz now 2 seconds behind.
Yes.
Continuing to build with strength with each length.
Yep. And right now, Kravitz's next to do is John Sullivan in lane 6.
Cregan now with a strong go about there. He takes the lead back, 33-13 on the touch. Kravitz, though, 32.88.
Yes, and now you can see the 4 swimmers right in the middle of your screen, not separated by much at all. It is still Cregan keeping pace. Terentiev slightly behind him, and Kravitz inching ever so close now to John Sullivan's third place standing.
Sullivan falling a little behind off the pace now, set by Cregan. And Kravitz closing in.
I think Kravitz just overtook Sullivan, yeah, with that last flip turn. And now it is Kravitz making a run at Terentiev.
Yeah, Kravitz closing in on second place here. Does a good job underwater. Looks like he's got it now.
Yeah, his turns as his two adversaries, but right now it's still James Cregan on a 33-33 split. About 0.8 of a second slower than Kravitz, so Kravitz, you could tell, making up some heavy ground.
Kravitz 32-51 split. I said it before. I said, watch out, maybe around 30 lengths, trying to take off. And it looks like right now Kravitz has a good shot to track down Cregan in this one.
And Sullivan certainly slowing down in lane 6. He's now a good body length behind James Cregan next to him, who right now has only a 0.6 of a second lead over Kravitz. But from our eyes, it looks like it's less than that now as they go into this turn.
Yeah, and Kravitz really good on the turns, really good underwater. When he comes up, they're neck and neck.
Yep.
May have potentially overtaken him by a finger length.
Yep, and that's where he's really winning at this point. The swims have been relatively even. In fact, you could see Cregan swimming a little bit faster, but these turns have really belonged to Kravitz right now.
Cregan maintains the lead by just about 1 second.
Yep.
A little less.
0.6, a little bit over.
Sullivan falling well behind now. The big three in lanes 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, we've been so smitten with Kravitz and Cregan, but Terentiev in lane 3, let's not forget about him. He is pretty much neck and neck with Kravitz, giving Cregan that run.
Terentiev 33.86 touch time. Kravitz 33.86. And Cregan very strong 33.74. Wow. So Cregan not looking to relent his lead anytime soon. He's swimming very strong.
Yeah, meanwhile, in that last split, it was actually Sullivan with one of the best marks on that split, but he fell a little bit far behind. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground. Cregan continues to hold pace. He's got about a arm's length lead over both Kravitz and Terentiev, who are not separated by much. 2/100ths of a second separate places 2 and 3.
Kravitz, great touch time there, 33.17. That was the best on that length.
Yep, and Kravitz is getting a few more arms in the pool now. He's swimming a little bit faster, but Cregan is getting those longer strides in with his strokes.
Hard to tell from up here, but from my vantage point, it looks like Cregan has a little bit of height on Kravitz. So that may come into play here towards the end of the race.
That was one of Cregan's best splits since like the midway mark, but look at Terentiev turning it on in lane 3. He might get to the turn first.
Looks like he's in first now. Terentiev looks like he's going to touch first here, followed by Cregan and then Kravitz.
Well, you could tell he wanted that lead, and now he's back at pace with Cregan.
Does touch first.
Wow. Look
there, barely.
Splits. And they are challenging each other, Nick. The last few splits, 33 seconds, 34 seconds. Each of them now sub 32-second splits. So they are all three turning it on right now.
Saving their best for last. 44 lengths now.
Great kick off the boards that time by Kravitz. And all three are neck and neck as we complete the 46th length. Here from Rutgers University.
About 5.5 minutes left in this race.
Yep. And that last split, Kravitz had the only sub 32 split. So he has now taken the lead, at least on this length. And after this turn, right now he's got about an elbow's length lead over both Terentiev and Cregan. These splits will be interesting, and the total time will be interested here when they touch up. Looks like Kravitz will touch first. And he does, a little more than 0.2 of a second in front of Cregan and a little bit more than 0.1 of a second against Terentiev. So Cregan's fallen now down to third. And Kravitz now gets to get pushed from his right and his left. He builds his lead over Cregan and still holds pace here.
Wall. That's how he's gotten back into this. That's how he builds the lead. 31-88 split right there. 32-09, 32-18 for his competitors in lanes 3 and 5.
Yeah, that was a tough split that time for Cregan. Very fast split, but with the way Kravitz and Terentiev are swimming right now, he's going to have his work cut out for them.
150 now.
Right. They'll touch up for number 52. And it is Kravitz once again winning another split. Not by much. In fact, Cregan makes up a little bit of ground. But right now, it is Kravitz at 14:09.48, holding about a little bit more than a half a second lead. As Terentiev now falling behind, thinking maybe he wants to save some room for these final lengths coming up. But Kravitz has now built his lead. Look at that split, Nick. 30-90.
Wow. Right now, everything true to form with the seed times as far as the 1, 2, 3 is concerned. Sullivan has fallen about a pool's length behind, distant fourth place right now.
That's right. He held pace for the first few laps of this, kept the gentleman in lanes 3, 4, and 5 honest, but look at Kravitz turning it on. Terentiev falling way behind now for Baruch. And Kravitz continues to build his lead for Brooklyn College. Brooklyn, after 2 nights, sitting with 201 points. Not a threat to win this meet, but Kravitz looking to get out of here with a gold medal.
56th length now, and Kravitz is lengthening his lead.
That's right, and also lengthening his lead is James Cregan. And that's a big race between lanes 5 and 3 because that's Maine Maritime and Baruch, of course, that sit first and second in this meet. Mix in John Sullivan, who's in 4th. Those are some valuable points.
Kravitz going to touch the wall first here. And right now, he's still swimming very strong. Sub 31, 30-74. He's just getting stronger and stronger as the race goes on. Cregan touches second, 32-30, which is very good as well. And right now, Kravitz just continues to build his lead.
Yeah, and all these sub 31 splits for Kravitz, the last few, have just been phenomenal. And now the race is his. He's racing against himself at this point. Has really no one to his right or left to push him. So these sub 31 splits are just him and him alone, really pushing himself and his body. And he's going to win this race, no doubt. And the true race now becomes second and third, wondering if Gregory Terentiev is saving a little bit in the tank.
60-second length. Here comes the bell. And Kravitz will coast to the victory here, taking a victory lap.
And then you have, once again, Cregan in second, Terentiev in third. It is Sullivan in 4th. Trying to get a look at the other ones. Pasieka looks to be the next one, keeping pace with Valdivia. And now here they go for second and third, Nick. Terentiev of Baruch, Cregan of Maine Maritime, and the touch goes to Baruch. And Cregan will have to settle for third place.
What a split there by Baruch's
Yes.
Terentiev. 28-49 to get second place. That's big for the points.
Of course.
Kravitz was incredible. 17-44, 42 final time with a 30-07 split in the final length there. Cregan 31-27 final split, 17-54, 42 overall.
And a really nice race from John Sullivan, who comes in fourth, finishing at 18:10.56 for Gordon College. Nice job by Sullivan, who
betterment from his seed time to victory, and he needed it because his closest competitors also did a great job of trimming down their final time from the seed time.
And Leonardo Valdivia scoring some more big points for Baruch. He comes in fifth place with a time of 80:50.46. Cuts down his seed time by almost a full 30 seconds. As popping into sixth place, Ronald Pasieca from Roberts Wesleyan, 18:56.16. Beating his time by a little over 20 seconds, so a nice race for him. And that leaves Logan Childers and Patrick Rao. And it will be Childers coming in seventh, 19:28.19. And that's a nice swim for him as well, beating his best time by 45 seconds. Quality race for the young man from Roberts Wesleyan. And rounding out the pack will be Patrick Rao from Sarah Lawrence College, who comes in sub 20 minutes, 19:47.96. Right around his seed time, and this one is in the books. So a big win for Michael Kravitz. He was trailing the first 25, 30 laps or so, but just like Nick mentioned, he turned it on mid-race, and we got to see something special from him.
Great job by those competitors. Congratulations to the top three. And now we'll move on to the women's 200-yard backstroke. All right, in this particular heat, on our sheet, I have it as lanes 2 through 7. The monitor in here says 1 through 7, but it looks like it's going to be 2 through 7. So I'll read here what we have on our sheet, but that's what I'm going to go by. So what we have here in lane 2 is Lillian DeFeo from Gordon College. In lane 2 from Sarah Lawrence College, Sonia Armitage. In lane 4 from Brooklyn College, Gervine Dalu. In lane 5 from Baruch College is Amani Gonzalez. Lane 6, Victoria DeLuca from Mount St. Mary College. And in lane 7 is Christine Bailey from Brooklyn College.
Yeah, this should be heat 1 of 3 here for the backstroke.
So the screen here has somebody listed in lane 3 that we don't have on our sheet.
Yes, okay.
So I believe what we have is lanes 2 through 7 based on what I see in the pool. Yeah. I don't see anybody in lanes 1 or 8.
Right.
Your C finalists in lane 7 from Brooklyn College, Christine Bailey.
And I think,
in lane 6 from Mount St. Mary College, Victoria DeLuca.
well, I think we're going to have to go.
In lane 5 from Baruch College, Imani Gonzalez.
Well, they're reading off names that are not on the board. So I think we have the right names, Nick, and the board does not.
Yeah, so if you're looking on the screen,
yeah, those are incorrect.
Don't check that out.
Right.
It's incorrect.
All right, so right now we have Gervine Dalu, who is ahead of the pack here through the first 50 and heading now down towards the 75 mark. She is being trailed by Amani Gonzalez, the two CUNYAC competitors here.
So this is going to make it very difficult for us with the touch times, but should be able to figure out because the lanes are still correct. So it looks like coming in first here is going to be Dalu. And looks like she'll touch in the Kira Chen spot on your screen, 39.40.
Yep. So half the race over here, and it is lanes 4, 5, and 3 holding pace. Lillian DeFeo from Gordon right now is in 4th. Victoria DeLuca from Mount St. Mary in 5th, and Christine Bailey in 6th. This is the time that Amani Gonzalez would want to make her move. Now, she was seated here 5 seconds behind DeLu to start this race. She touches at 40.78 and at 42.82, and a full 3.5 seconds behind was Gonzalez. So here comes DeLu now in these final turns.
We have the right names on the screen now.
Ah, very nice. Needed that. DeLu makes the turn, spins towards her back again, and she is going to win this one here in the C final. And right now the race for 2nd and 3rd belongs to Amani Gonzalez. We will get you DeLu's time as soon as we get a touch. That split 39.91, 236.04 for DeLu for first place. Gonzalez comes in about 5 seconds behind, trailed by Armitage for Sarah Lawrence. And we will have rounding out, looks like Lillian DeFeo might hold on for this 4th place finish, and she does, as coming in 5th will be DeLuca, who touches up at 3:02.79, and Christine Bailey making her way down. So nice job by all our competitors. DeLu shaves off 3 seconds in her win.
Great job by DeLu there, the senior. Secure victory in that first heat, the C heat. Now moving on to the B heat. 8 competitors in this one. Lane 1 from Roberts West University, Daniela Rodriguez. Lane 2 from Gordon College, Julie Brooks. Lane 3 from Maine Maritime Academy is Alizavada Zukov. Lane 4 from Huston University, Maya Winslow. Lane 3 from Roberts West University, Caitlin Reiki. Lane 6 from Mount St. Mary College, Emily Gursky. Lane 7 also from Mount St. Mary College is Steph Summer, and lane 8 from Huston University is Hannah Souter.
So all 8 now in the pool. Got the right ones here for the B final. Heat number 2 of 3 in the women's 200 backstroke. This should be a good one here.
From Huston University, Hannah Sutter.
Coming up for air and leading the pack for now is Zukov, but she's being pushed across the way by Gursky.
In lane 5 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Caitlin Reiki. In lane 4 from Huston University.
Look for the victor to come in this race within 2 minutes and 25-second range.
In lane 2 from Gordon College.
They make the turn past the 50.
Lane 1 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Daniela
Hannah
Rodriguez.
Souter with a nice split that time for Huston as well in lane 8, but looks like the 4 in the middle are leading the pack, and it will be a big race here for 5th, 6th, and 7th and 8th as they are neck and neck. The top 4 and the second 4 right now, all pretty much dead heats. As we approach the midway point of this race. Right now, it looks like it's Reiki and Gursky who will be 1 and 2.
Yeah, Reiki 36.61. Winslow 36.60. Everybody bunched up though at the top. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not far off.
Yeah, less than a half a second between the top 4 and of course the second 4 right into it as well. As right now pushing is Steph Sommer in lane 7. She's pushing Gursky in lane 6 right now, trying to take over 4th place. Gursky still has a little bit on her. Touches come almost in unison, but it is Winslow still right now with the pace. Just about 0.4 of a second in front. But they are swimming in unison in lanes 3 and 4. Reiki not far behind. The turn in unison, and here they go the other way.
Winslow is strong off the wall there.
It's going to be tight. Winslow looks like she has the pace over Zukov. Race for 4th place. There's third, there's fourth, there's fifth. Winslow first, Zukov in second, Reiki third, and Steph Somer coming on strong, grabbing fourth over Gursky. Brooks South as only 2 seconds separating the top three. And definitely a heat there for third, fourth, and fifth. Only 2 seconds in between there. Nice race for all of them in that one.
Yeah, very strong finish there as well for everybody.
Yep. Winslow beating her seed time by almost 2 full seconds, so quality. And
that's going to bring us to the A final. And I'll go through the competitors here in this one. Stephanie Schneider in lane 1 from Felician University with a seed time of 2:26.22. Ella Hernan in lane 2 from Sarah Lawrence College with a seed time of 2:23.04. Kira Chen from Baruch College with a seed time of 2:16.76 in lane 3. In lane 4 from Hunter College with a seed time of 2:10.00. Kiana Guarino. Lane 5 from Felician University with a seed time of 2:12.19. Natalia Amano. Lane 6, Genevieve Chiapetta from Sarah Lawrence College with a seed time of 2:20.99. Lane 7 from Baruch College with a 2:26.11 seed time. It's Tertia Dobrinsky. And in lane 8 from Hudson University with a seed time of 2:26.92. It is Aaron Madden.
And Kiana Guarino, whose seed time is 2 minutes and 10 seconds flat, is a heavy favorite here in this one, at least according to seed time. We will see how it goes. But should be an interesting race, especially here as we look past the top 3 swimmers. The last 4 racers in this heat, all about at the 2:26 mark in prelims. So, dead heat.
Natalie's the team mom, and she's gearing up for her final.
2 racers from Sarah Lawrence, 2 from Felician. So we have some teammates going after one another here.
Kiana was 5th last night in the 100 fly and was a member of the 2nd place 800 free relay. She was 5th in this event last year. In lane 3 from Baruch College, Kira Chen. She was a finalist last year and she's the school record holder in this event. In lane 2 from Sarah Lawrence.
I have to imagine Natalia Amano most likely going to get at least a top 3 finish, which will continue to extend the lead for her school for the overall meet championship.
Yep. Yeah, Felician really has dominated this meet, and of course they've dominated with the numbers as well, but they can feel pretty good about their faring here. Only the women from Felician competing in this one. The extra team, of course, on the women's side. SUNY Delhi is the extra team on the men's side, but they only had the 3 swimmers come for the meet. But here we go, a final of the 200 backstroke for the women. And we expect there to be a lot of pace here through these first couple of lengths, and right on cue, it is Guarino leading the pack, and she is being pushed by Natalia Amano in lane 5 from Felician. Top 2 swimming in unison now. In 3rd place is Chen. Chapetta in 4th right now, trying to hold off Dobzinski. From there, looks like
30
places,
flat touchdown there for Guarino.
Yeah, looks like places 4, 5, 6, and 7 are going to be a dead heat, as once again it is Amano keeping pace right now through the first half of this race.
Amano got a touch now at 31:19 touch time, 101.04 behind her. Guarino about a second off, 32:31.
On pace for a great finish here, and only a few seconds off the record. If she can keep this pace, we will see. Record is 156, I believe. 158.
58.90.
Right. She'd have to be blazing in here on these last two, but she still has pace here as we approach the final 50. So, if Guarino wants to make a move, now is the time. Third place continues to be Chen, and a battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth right now between Schneider, Herman, and Chapetta. Something to keep our eyes on as well. But it does look like Amano, who has built up a huge lead, 3 body lengths, is going to take this one just north of 205, 205.10. She comes in first. Guarino touches up for second. It looks like it's Kira Chen who will slide in easily to third. Chapetta gets to that wall first. And fifth will be Herman, Schneider. And then a battle for seventh is won by Dobrzinski. She beats out Erin Madden. Great race, but a 205.10 win for Natalia Amano, wins it by just over 3 seconds over Guarino.
Great race there. Good job by all the ladies in all the heats. And congratulations to Natalia Amano, who is victorious there and trimmed off a lot of time off her seed time. Now we're going to have an interesting scenario here, Dave, as the C heat is going to just be Jaden Parshall from Roberts Wesleyan University.
Yeah. So I don't know, Nick, if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Would you like the whole pool to yourself?
No, I would not like it.
500 pairs of eyes.
Last night we had 2 races where it was 2 people, so it was a true if you're not first or last situation. But in this situation for Jaden here, he's going to be first no matter what, but it's just got to be awkward to have all eyes on you and have the two of us just broadcasting his swim stroke for stroke.
Well, this is it. Jaden gets his own unique call on this one as he makes the turn through the first 25 seconds. But the B finals and the A finals will have complete lanes, 1 through 8 in each of those heats. And Jaden Parshall will have the pool to himself here for Roberts Wesleyan, which, as we mentioned, right now sitting in 4th place coming into today, the final day. Only 6.5 points over Baruch, which we already know they've scored a bunch of points already. And Baruch of Roberts Wesleyan, of course, chasing Husson University and Maine Maritime in the standings so far. So plenty of valuable points, and that's what Parshall is going for here as he is going to complete the first half of this race. Parshall, seed time 2:29.30, and right now he is on pace to potentially beat that mark if he can keep this pace, but he is slowing down just a little bit.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to have that motivation, get those competitive juices flowing when you're swimming against nobody.
That's right.
And all eyes are on you.
Right. My daughters used to be competitive swimmers. They've stopped, but their times would just be explosive when they were in the pool together at the same time.
Very competitive.
Even if they were practicing, their times would be outstanding when they were in the lanes opposite one another. But when they were in the lanes at solo, those times would go way down. So Parshall now 3/4 of the way through as he takes this turn.
Yeah, and for him, he gets this opportunity to have all eyes on him as a freshman. So a good character building race here for sure.
Right, what you want to do is always beat your previous time, and it looks like he will get just under as he touches up at 2:28.29, which is almost, well, actually just a hair over 1 second better than his best time this season, so he wins the C heat. And now we'll
Congratulations to Jaden.
Congratulations. And we'll have
Oscar Gonzalez from Maine Maritime Academy in lane 1. Michael D'Ambrosio from Mount St. Mary College in lane 2. Roberts Wesley University's Avery Fedor in lane 3. Tyler Williams from Mount St. Mary College in lane 4. Baruch College's Leonardo Valdivia in lane 5. Roberts Wesley University's Robert Bowden, who I think sung the national anthem there earlier this evening.
That's right.
In lane 6, Zach Barneson in lane 7. Gordon College is in lane Zach Barneson in lane 7, and Jacob Brown from Hudson University is in lane 8.
All right, so here they go. A bottleneck through the first 25.
Lane 5 from Brook College, Leonardo Valdivia. In lane 4 from Mount St. Mary College, Tyler Williams.
And it looks like it is lane 4, 3, and 6 so far, keeping pace. Williams, Fedor, and Bodian. And still, right now, it is Tyler Williams, who comes in with the fastest seat time at 2:14.31, but not by much. He will get tested here. Has about a half a body length lead over Avery Fedor. Third place right now is Robert Bodian. See if he makes a run here as he is gaining some time and some.
Williams maintaining his lead right now. Had a 33-66 split. The last length, Fedor was a little off that.
Yeah, we might have a battle here for second place. Is now coming in fast is lane 2, D'Ambrosio. Got a body length behind Bodian.
Williams touches first, 34-16. Yep. Avery, 35-52. D'Ambrosio, 35-17.
Yeah, Fedor built his lead up second place, and now making a run at third place is Michael D'Ambrosio. He's battling it out as they get to the wall together, he and Robert Bodian. And it will be Tyler Williams taking this one rather easily, 4 body lengths or so. He touches in at 2:11.87, and here comes a tough finish, and it will be lane 3, Avery Fedor, followed by D'Ambrosio, who takes the third place. Bodian in 4th, Valdivia in 5th, Barneson in 6th, Jacob Brown in 7th, and Oscar Gonzalez in 8th, giving way now to the A heat.
Well, great job there. Great job by Tyler Williams to hold on and have a convincing victory there. Yeah. So that's going to move things on to the A heat. And we have 8 competitors, of course. So in lane 1, with a seat time of 2:11.99 from Hudson University, Isaiah Stereo. In lane 2 with a seat time of 2:05.63 with a seat time of 2:02.91. Hudson University's Alex Walsh. Lane 4 with a seat time of 1:56.88. It's Baruch College's Yusuf Alkawe. In lane 5, his teammate from the same school, Baruch, 2:02.29 seat time, Ethan Abramov. In lane 6 from Maine Maritime Academy, 2:04.80 seat time, John Markilly. Lane 7 from Maine Maritime Academy, 2:08.62 seat time, John Driscoll. And in lane 8, with a seat time of 2:12.59, Maine Maritime Academy's Nicholas Bin.
So if you go by seat times alone, you would think this is Alcaudi's race to lose here at this point. His seating time, 1:56.88, as Nick mentioned, is a good 6 seconds better than the field at this point.
Dave, this is a huge race for overall competition score. The top 2 teams, Maine Maritime, 3 competitors, Baruch with 2 competitors. So they all have already gained points for being in this race. And if Baruch can go 1-2 here, definitely pick up some points, but strong chance for Maine Maritime Academy.
Of course, also they are the ones behind Maine Maritime right now, at least going in to tonight's competition. So huge points at stake here.
Holder in both the 100 and 200 backstroke. And a shout out to my mother in the stands. In lane 3 from Hudson University, Alex
Yusef Al-Khawli shouting out his parents in the stands.
Third in the 200.
Al-Khawli will be here again next year, as he's only a junior, a chance to work on his school records at Baruch. He owns both the 100 and the 200 back records.
And in lane 1 from Hudson University, Isaiah Terrier.
So a quality field here.
Isaiah was 10th in the 200 free.
4 schools represented.
He's an avid Taylor Swift fan, and he's the most respectable person on their team. Mr. Referee.
All right, here we go. As the competitors get in the pool, and we'll get this one started.
Yeah, we're expecting this race to end under 2 minutes.
Yep. Could have our first sub 2-minute performance here. Keep your eye on lane number 4, Yusef Al-Khawli. From there, though, at least expected big finishes to determine second, third, fourth, fifth, and the rest. Could be a dead heat. Taking the first turn is Al-Khawli, and he leads right now. Looks like race between Markilli and Walsh for second place, but now coming on strong is Abramov. And indeed, Abramov touches up second, followed by Markilli and Walsh, about 0.2 of a second behind.
Yeah, Walsh and Abramov, 27:44, 27:35 split times, but well behind the leader.
Well, Cowley is opening up his lead as we expected, but you see the race for second and third right now heating up with Abramov and Markilli. And they are neck and neck, and Alex Walsh not far behind, less than a second behind second and third, as building up a little bit of a lead in second is Ethan Abramov.
Baruch going to go 1-2 on the podium in this race.
Certainly looks like they will take the gold here. Silver and bronze are open. Abramov, narrow lead over Markilli, but a lead nonetheless. As we approach the final turn, Al-Khawli the leader in lane 4. Not much to doubt as he will come in. We'll just check the time and see if he comes in sub 2 minutes. And it's going to be a race for second, third, and fourth right now. It is Abramov holding steady. He should take the silver here. And in a battle for third, the first touch comes via Markilli. Got in there just in time, less than a half a second over Walsh. Sanchez takes fifth. Driscoll in sixth now at 2:07. Terrio coming in seventh, and Nicholas Bin touches up at 2:14. So indeed, Al-Khawli comes in at 1:56, and we had 2 sub 2 minute times there as Abramov comes in under 2 minutes as well.
Great race by them. Baruch goes 1-2 in that race, and that's going to move us along to some quicker action here. A bunch of 1 minute races coming up for the next 6 races here as we go on to the 100-yard freestyles. We're going to start with the women's race here. Lane 1.
Yeah, so there will
Hudson
be
College, Adriana Sanchez. Lane 2, Baruch College's Kristen Zhao. Lane 3, St. Lawrence College's Hannah Drum. Lane 4, Isabella Gordis from Gordon College. Lane 5 from Felician University. It is Isabella Bartozzi. Lane 6, Maine Maritime Academy's Haley Kent. Lane 7, Diana Reyes from Hunter College. And lane 8 from Hunter College, Sarah Actis.
All right, don't blink or you'll miss it. Here they come through the first 25. Only a few turns in this one, of course, and right now, Keith Bertozzi.
Hannah Drum. In lane 2 from Baruch College, Kirsten Zhao.
3 sub-30-second times there as we approach the final turn. Hannah Drum with about a third of a body length lead right now. Tough turn off the wall. It wasn't a good one for Drum. And here comes Bertozzi now, coming on strong in lane 5. Look out for Isabella Gadawis in lane 4, looking for a push for second place, but it will be Bertossi touching up first, Drum in second, just 0.2 of a second behind Bertozzi, and Gadawis will come in third, Reyes in fourth at 1:05, and following that, Kristen Zhao just moments behind her, actually 1/100th of a second for fifth, Haley Kent in sixth, Sanchez in seventh, and Sarah Actas in eighth.
Great job there by all the ladies who did better. Their prelim scores, for the most part there, almost everybody did. Moving on to the B final, real quick, got the names in before it starts. Juliana French in lane 1 for Roberts West University, Sarah Lawrence College's Josie Laura in lane 2, Hunter College's Nancy Leal in lane 3. Leah Montalvo from Felician University, lane 4. Mary Sorelli in lane 5 from the SUNY Maritime College. Lane 6 is Brett Van Boden from Roberts Wesley University. Hunter College's Katerina Titarenko in lane 7. And MK Farkas from Gordon College is in lane 8.
Okay, so here they go, the B final.
Your B finals.
And they are
in lane 8 from Gordon College, MK Farkas.
all in unison.
In lane 7 from Hunter College, Katerina Titarenko.
They continue that way. Farkas pushing the middle of the pack, but touching in first will be lane 4's Montalvo, followed by Sorelli and Leal.
From Sarah Lawrence College, Josie Lauer. And in lane 1 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Juliana
Looks like
French.
building the lead is Montalvo now. She got a pretty good jump off the wall. It will be a battle here as they come down the stretch. Pushing things in lane 6 is Van Boden, but going away from it now is Montalvo, who will win it once again for Felician, and we'll have a photo finish here for second, third, and fourth. It'll be Lauer in lane 2 at 59.36. 2/100ths of a second later, it's Mary Sorelli, and just 0.3 of a second after that, Nancy Leal in fourth, Brett Van Boden in fifth. Just 0.6 seconds later, Juliana French takes sixth, Titarenko taking seventh, and Farkas finishing up in eighth, still at the 1 minute even mark. So
Yeah, great job, everybody there. They did go under their prelim time. And with diving wrapped up for the meet, all eyes now on the main pool. And we're getting ready for the A heat final here for the women's 100-yard freestyle. Caitlin Chavez from lane 1 from Baruch College. Rayleigh Brewer from lane 2 from Maine Maritime Academy. Amelia Myers in lane 3 from Felician, New Jersey's University. Katinka Hummels is in lane 4 from Felician University. Maya June from Roberts Wesleyan University in lane 5. Rachel Hand in lane 6 from Hudson University. Lane 7, Dee Dee Higgs from Felician University. And in lane 8, Kara Chang from Hunter College.
Kara Chang. Kara was 8th last night.
all right, so here we go. The final heat here in the 100 free. We expect it to be a good one as far as seed times. The first 3 seeds here in lanes 3, 4, and 5, separated by just 0.2 of a second. So get ready here for what should be a very spirited finish for the top 3. And of course, they will get pushed by Rachel Hand, who's only 2 seconds off the top 3.
In lane 5 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Nia June.
Wow. Yesterday in the corridor on a break, I was out there with Katinka Hummels. And this is her first year swimming. She's a graduate swimming with the top seed time. She said she played soccer for the previous 4 years, and that was pressure. Now she doesn't really know much about swimming, so there's no pressure. She just goes out there and swims as fast as she can.
Right. I guess it's pretty basic when you look at it that way. Just swim fast.
That's right. She doesn't know what's going on. She just goes out there and swims.
Pretty
She's
amazing.
the favorite in this event.
Yeah, that's an amazing story right there. Graduate student. And she will be right next to her teammate, Amelia Mayers.
50 free Friday and 6th in the 200 free Saturday. She went from Wyoming to Coastal Maine. Now she's a real city slicker. And in lane 1 from Brooke College.
So as Nick mentioned, the diving is over, so we are, of course, the lone stream standing here at the Metros. Thank you for tuning in. We thank you for enduring some of our audio issues earlier. We hope to have that wrapped up and, of course, smooth sailing the rest of the way. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here live from Rutgers University. So here we go. A heat in the 100 free. Top 3 swimmers separated by just 0.2 of a second with prelim times. Taking the first turn was Dee Dee Higgs in lane 7, and she's actually still leading the pack here, now falling a little bit behind, as coming into touch first is Hummels at 25.51. She is being trailed by Mayers by 8/100ths of a second. Looks like Mayers might have gotten to that turn first. Let's see how they go down for these final 25. It's a dead heat between Mayers and Hummels. What's it gonna be here in the final 10 feet? It will be Mayers who touches first at 52.92, followed by Hummels at 53.40, and Dee Dee Higgs, who came out strong on the first 25, finishes in third. She grabs the bronze from lane 7 at 54.29. Nick Felician, first, second, and third in that race.
Well, that's going to do them wonders and extend their lead. If they haven't already, they're definitely going to be pushing 1,000 here, this scoring-wise. So great job there by them in that race.
100% as the scoreboard flips over to our men here, which will also have 3 heats, a C, B, and A final, as the women exit the pool.
All right, so eight lanes all here. Try to read them quickly. I'm going to drop the schools in favor of getting the names out there. Lane 1, Nikolai Kryluk. Lane 2, Kyle Smith. Lane 3, Sam Gillette. Lane 4, Valentin Titarenko. Lane 5, John Gilpin. Lane 6, Liam McManus. Lane 7, Ryan Colombo. And lane 8 is Zarab Tritsovitsvili.
Kartshavili.
Chakrativili, very difficult last name. No pronunciation guides up here.
Well, through 50 yards, they will be neck and neck, the top 4 in lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 at least. And coming on strong was Kyle Smith as well. Gillette and Titarenko both under 25 seconds through the first 50, separated by about 0.2 of a second. So here they go. Final 25. It looks like coming off the wall, it was Gillette, but here comes Gilpin coming on strong in lane 5. Gilpin looking to hold off Gillette. Let's see how they fare. It will be Gillette by the arm's length, 0.3 of a second over Gilpin, who takes second. Titarenko in third. Coming in fourth was McManus. In fifth was Kyle Smith at 54.91. Kryliuk in sixth. Colombo in seventh, and I think we had a touch failure in lane 8 for Brooklyn College. Now we do get the touch coming in a little bit late, but a spirited first heat there that sees just about everyone best their preliminary times.
Yeah, Sam Gillette shaving off some time from his prelim time for victory there, and that will go to heat 2. Fox Fernald from Maine Maritime Academy, lane 1. John Spencer from Roberts Wesleyan University, lane 2. James Renaud from Gordon College, lane 3. Sam Pieser from Hudson University, lane 4. And Don Fedor from Roberts Wesleyan University, lane 5. Brendan Dion from Maine Maritime Academy in lane.
This one should be a quick one as well. Right now through the first turn, looks like James Branna will take this first turn off the wall in first place, trying to hold off Sam Pieser. Pizer looks like he might have a hand of a lead over Branna. We'll see on this split. Midway through this race, right now, it is Branna by 6/100ths of a second. And Branna right now falling into second place, and it is Pizer who is first off the wall. This will be a strong race for second, and making a run is Andon Fedor for first place. Who's it going to be, Pizer or Fedor? It will be Pizer coming in first at 49.58. Fedor comes in at 50.41 for second, and James Branna just 0.5 of a second later in third. Spencer in fourth, Dion in fifth, Fernald in sixth, and in seventh is Major Adair and Adam Byrne in seventh and eighth. So sub 50-second mark for Pizer.
Congrats to Sam Pizer there. That's going to bring us to our A final. And in this one, in lane one from Lehman College, it's going to be Brandon Coombs. Lane two from Hudson University, Ryan Emerson. Lane three from Roberts Wesleyan University, Miguel O'Connor. Lane four from Baruch College, it's Bennett Maxka. And lane five from Maine Maritime Academy, Carson Trout. Lane six from Baruch College, Peter Gavroff. Lane seven from Hudson University, Braden Champlin in lane seven, and then Griffin Erb from Maine Maritime Academy in lane eight.
Okay, so Maxa comes in with a seat time of 45.32, which is a good 2 seconds better than anybody else in the pool. But if you look at places 3 to 8 in the pool, they are decided by less than 1 second, maybe 1.4 seconds between the third best seat time and the 8th best seat time. So this is anyone's race, folks.
The record for this event set by Ben Michelson 21 years ago, 2003, 43.34.
Yep. So Maxa comes in 45.32, so he would have need to shaved off 2 seconds off of his mark to challenge that record. We've seen it before, not so much in the 100s, but it is possible. We'll keep our watch on that record.
Trout is so wild he can't be penned. Your top qualifier from Baruch College, Bennett Maskua. Bennett won the 200 and the 50 free and was a member of the 400, 800 winning free relays. He was a 2020 Division II first team National All-American, the 2024 CUNY MVP, and the 2021 and 2022.
So Maxa gets a rousing introduction, Division II transfer, and was the CUNY Swimmer of the Year. And he has won the 50 free and the 200 free already, so he's looking to complete the hat trick here.
Lane 2 from Hudson University, Ryan Emerson.
Obviously, a lot of eyes will be on lane 4, but pay attention to the other lanes in this one because it should be a mad dash for places 2 through 8 if Maxa is able to keep form and take first. Final heat in the men's 100 freestyle. They enter the pool in unison, and getting off to a big jump was Emerson in lane 2 and Maxa in lane 4. Maxa being pushed by Gavroff in lane 6. His teammate wants to obviously keep pace, but Maxa is building his lead. Battle for second between Trout and Gavroff. Right now, it is Trout who comes in second, but you can see Maxa building that lead.
He is just getting stronger and stronger, stroke for stroke now.
Yeah, going away with it here, but a major push, especially at 45.02, and it is Carson Trout coming in just less than 0.2 of a second over Miguel O'Connor. So O'Connor takes third. And in fourth place will be Emerson. It will be Champlin in fifth. Brandon Coombs in lane 1 takes 6th. Gavrov ended up finishing in 7th, and Griffin Erb in 8th. So 45.02 with the record at 43.34. So Moxa has something to try and strive for maybe some other time, as that record is safe for this year.
As it has been for a long, long time. Ben Michelson holds many of the records here at the Mets, one of the all-time greats in the Metropolitan Conference. That's going to move us on to Norman's 200-yard breaststroke. And we are going to start off with the C heat, the first heat. Mackenzie Murray from Maine Maritime Academy with a prelims time of 3:26.40 in lane 3. Mackenzie Gray from Hudson University with a prelims time of 3:10.14 in lane 4. Aura Morin from Hudson University with the C time of 30:16.96 in lane 5. All three competitors in this heat are freshmen.
Yeah, so the three freshmen, of course, looking to build, and of course they will be here 3 more times if, of course, they stick with it and, of course, continue to come back here to the Metros and always want to get better and better with each year. And we'll see what they have to offer here for the C heat. You should have another very competitive B and A final as well in this one, but this is the 200-yard breaststroke.
Yeah, this should be around a 3-minute and 10-second race.
I want to thank our good friend Nick from Roberts Wesleyan University, who announced all of our diving this year for us. And if you were able to check out some of the diving streams, we have him to thank, of course, keeping us posted on scores as well there. So definitely a great perk that we were able to do on PDF Sportsnet this year is, of course, get you that microphone from the diving desk down there. So great job by Nick.
.46.18 touch there from Mackenzie Gray, who is the leader right now.
Yeah, has a pretty big lead here, over a second over Morin, and Mackenzie Murray from Maine Maritime trailing a bit further down in arguably the toughest stroke in swimming, the breaststroke. I think those who swim the butterfly might disagree, but I've always found that the breaststroke is the toughest. I think most people would agree with that.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging to swim this stroke and to really go fast. It kind of slows you down compared to the other other strokes for sure.
Yep.
And you can see that by the times usually.
Yeah, and just for comparison's sake, our top qualifier in the A final will be Juliana Kratka, who has raced in at a time of 2:23.61, and she will be an overwhelming favorite in the A final, more than 10 seconds better than the next in line. So certainly she is one to watch in this leg. Other than that, though, it should be pretty competitive all the way through.
Coming to the end here, and Mackenzie Gray picks up the victory, 3:01.49.
Terrific race for her, shaving almost a full 10 seconds off of her time. Marin comes in at 3:09.19 for second place. She shaved off about 7 seconds from her qualifying time. And Mackenzie Murray will finalize it at 3:26.98, right at her time for qualifying. So we'll have a full pool for the next B final heat.
Full pool, lanes 1 through 8. Lane 1 from Roberts Wesleyan University, Leanne Dolph. Lane 2 from Maine Maritime Academy, Ava Snyder. Hudson University, Grace Rocheleau. Lane 5 from Brooklyn College, Julie Huang. Lane 5 from Gordon College, Arwen Hefner. Lane 7 from Gordon College, Ella Scheisler. And lane 8 from Brooklyn College, Elizabeth Bailey.
And lane and 6 from Gordon College.
So
Aaron Hefner.
leading the pack in this one is Rocheleau, who came in at 2:51.72 in qualifying, but right behind that time was Julie Huang's time, just 1 second off of that lead time. So should have a pretty good race here for the top and for some valuable points down the way. It is Huang who got to the touchpad first, followed by Ava Snyder from Maine Maritime. As we got through 1/4 of the race.
Ava Snyder's swimming strong right now, but Hefner's right there with her, as is Dentremont.
Yeah, Dentremont, I believe, has caught up to Snyder in lane number 2 and has overtaken her, not by much. And right now, the leader in the pool for qualifying sits in 4th place. That's Rocheleau, but Huang right now, through the first half, is going to lead the field. And she touches up at 1:21.44. Another good bounce off the wall by Dentremont, as she might have overtaken Huang here.
She had the best split that last length there, 43, flat.
Very good coming off the wall, too, as we approach the 150-yard mark. There's another good push off the wall by Dentremont, as she is neck and neck with Huang. Anybody's call right now, but watch Grace Rocheleau, as she looks like she has taken over Dentremont's 2nd place finish as they make their turns. Separated by almost nothing. Half a second between 1st and 3rd, but Huang has slipped to 3rd.
In for a very close finish here. We've only had one of those so far in the meet.
Husson's Grace Rocheleau right now is going to get to the wall first. We've seen some good turns from Dentremont. Got off 2nd that time, but it looks like this race is going to be Rocheleau's to lose. And she has really picked it up this 2nd half of the race. And a battle for 2nd place between Dentremont and Huang. And 4th and 5th will be a pretty significant heat. It was Dentremont coming in 2nd, Huang in 3rd. And now the race for 4th is going to be won by Hefner. And Snyder will come in 5th. Dolph the next to touch in 6th. Bailey down low in 7th. And Schisler in 8th. So a nice race that time. 2:49.59, the winning mark by Rocheleau. She shaves 4 seconds off of her time.
Congratulations to her. And now we'll move on to the A final heat. Lane 1 from SUNY Maritime College. It is Lauren Barreto. In lane 2 from Mount St. Mary College, Grace McHugh. Lane 3 from Mount St. Mary College, Catherine Maceda. Lane 4 from Felician University, the favorite, the best seed time at 2:23.61, Juliana Kratka. Lane 5, her teammate from Felician University, it is Christine Fabo Mbite. In lane 6 from Wichita State University, it is Renee Rosler. In lane 7 from Brooklyn College, Anastasia Kutsov. And in lane 8 from Baruch College, it is Joyce Wong.
All right. So like we said before, keep your eye on Juliana Kratka. She comes in with a seeding time 11 seconds better than the field. So she is an overwhelming favorite in this one, but she has her teammate next to her in lane 5. And they will, trying to push her will be Mount St. Mary's Grace McHugh and Catherine Maceda, trying to get some valuable points.
In lane 5 from Felician University, Christine Fabio Mbit. This South African is always ready for a breaststroke throwdown when she's not busy cleaning her room. In lane 4, your top qualifier from Felician University, Juliana Krakata. Her biggest supporters are Gabe, Pokey, Marshmallow, and Shark. Her Goldfish, and she dedicates this race to them.
Got the intro about Kratka. Her inspirations are her goldfish. So I guess that's pretty appropriate considering she's about as fast as one as well.
Grace was second in the 400 AM and seventh in the 500 freestyle. And in lane one, from SUNY Maritime College, Lauren Barretu.
All right, so here we go. The A final in the women's 200-yard breaststroke. Record is 2:15. Don't think we'll get close to that in this one, but Kratka looking to build on her spectacular freshman season. They come up for air at about the midway point, and Kratka is off to the races. It's a battle for second place now between Fabo Mbite, followed by Maseda, as we approach the 50-yard mark with Kratka well ahead. Battle going on in lanes 7 and 6.
Kratka 31:11 touch time. Next closest, her teammate, 33:50.
Yep.
Lane 5.
And towards the bottom, Joyce Wong putting up a quality run. In lane 8, she's challenging or trying to challenge for third place here. Looks like she touched up 4th. Kratka, as you can notice, well ahead of the field. Fabo Mbite right now holding steady in second, Maseda in third. But Joyce Wong really putting up a fight in lane 8 for Baruch. Keep your eye on her. Top 3. Wong is in 5th behind McHugh in the second lane. As Kratka now gets ready for the third turn and starts to come in hot. She's still going strong here, but Fabo Mbite has built up her lead in second place as well. Trailing now a good length behind is Maseda by a body length, as Kratka gets ready for the final 50. Trying to push in lane 2 is Grace McHugh.
Kratka, lightning quick, 37:06. 2 seconds better than her competitors, her closest competitors in the last split.
McHugh made up a good split that time to get closer to the top 4, but we'll keep our eye on Kratka and how she can build on her top time. And she sure did. She beat her top time by 3 seconds to come in at 2:20. Maybe in 3 years that record will be challenged. Coming in second is her teammate, Fabo Mbite, at 2:29.85. Touching up for third is Maseda at 2:33.72. Grace McHugh, good second half of the race for her. She comes in 4th. Renee Rosler in 5th. Anastasia Kudatov in 6th, 2:43.57. Barreto in 7th, and Joyce Wong finishes in 8th at 2:46.43.
That's going to conclude the women's 200-yard breaststroke. And now we will go on to the men's. Only 2 heats here.
Right.
So the first heat is going to be the B final. And I have lanes 2 through 7. So we got Brian Castillo in lane 2 from Lehman College. Max Bratzkowski in lane 3 from Brooklyn College. Ben Carusi from Hudson University in lane 4. Lane 5 is Duncan Huey from Baruch. And lane 6 is Sarthak Thapa from Delhi. And
all right. So right now the leader is Ben Carusi, who comes in with a seed time of 2:38.22. Expected to win this heat, but he's being pushed right now by Huey. As Nick mentioned, this is one of only 2 heats, so everybody here scores points. Let's see how they fare here. Ben Carusi keeping pace now, 33-16 as Huey comes in at 34.19, almost a full second behind, and behind him is Bratowski. Pretty competitive for third place between Castillo and Bratkowski. Bratkowski now pretty much with a quarter of a body lead over Castillo as we approach the midway point. Coming on strong and making a play for third is Sarthak Thapa from SUNY Delhi. In fact, looks like he took over fourth place as Ben Carusi now continues to lead the pack and is approaching his third turn here on the far side.
Carusi right now continuing to build his lead.
It looks like first, second, and third will be pretty clear here in this one, although Thapa is trying to make a run. He's a good body and a half length behind Bratkowski, and challenging him is Castillo, who's right now racing fifth.
Carusi 40-27, Huey 43-35. Split there, the top two. Bratkowski behind them, but he had a good split there, 43-26, which is the second best on that length.
Yeah, it will be Hussein's Carusi who wins this one, as he is now almost a half of a pull length in front of the competition. Huey looks to be comfortably in second, and Bratkowski comfortably in third. Thapa comfortably in fourth, as Carusi crosses at 2:31.87 to pick up some quality points. Duncan Huey in second, 2:41.89, 10 seconds off the leader. Bratkowski comes in 4 seconds later. Thapa finishes in fourth, and it looks like it'll be Castillo rounding out in fifth at 2:54.86. And Badre Hume is completing his last half a lap.
So true to the seed times there.
That's right.
Obviously they sped it up, but they 1-2-3 as expected. That's going to move us to the A final. And while I have a second, I want to give a shout out to 3 viewers: Joe Foreman, Antonino Cruciata, and Pat Fleming, who are listening as they were in bumper-to-bumper traffic exiting MetLife Stadium as they attended today to follow along with the New York Rangers come from behind 5-4 or 6-5 overtime victory over the Islanders. So thanks to the 3 of them for watching. Joe, of course, on the call the last 2 nights with me. So time for the A finals now, and some good times here in the prelim times. So Teddy Herman is going to be in lane 1 for Roberts West University. Maine Maritime Academy's Aiden Burke in lane 2. Maine Maritime Academy's Aiden Walls in lane 3. So the 2 Aidens from Maine Maritime Academy looking to get their school some more points here in this competition. Baruch College's Daniel Basilkoff in lane 4. He had the best seed time, 2:08.40. And behind him, not far off, with the second best seed time of 2:08.44, SUNY Maritime College's Rowan Hayes. Tommy Booth from Roberts West University in lane 6. Ponce Saltsiak in lane 7 from Maine Maritime Academy. And Baruch College's Jordan Lynn in lane 8.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Nick, as far as seeding times or preliminary times, the top 2 swimmers in this event separated by just 4/100ths of a second. So this finish could be a photo finish and might just be a fingertip. At the seed times for the 3rd and 4th place swimmers, only 5/10ths of a second between those 2 as well. So this should be a very spirited race here in the 200 breaststroke.
Basilkoff or Hayes could go any way. However, we've seen it before. Could be anybody. Could be Walls, could be Booth as well. but look for Hayes and Vasilkov to come 1-2.
And he's another one.
Right.
He has 3 wishes.
And
3 wishes, Rowan Hayes. Good luck. Lane
trying to
3
see
from
where
Lane
my
Maritime Academy, Aiden Walls. Aiden was a
finalist are. Yeah, there we go.
The 200 free and the 800 free relay. He's another one of the 3 Mariners in this 200 breast final. We'll see which one's the
So
fastest.
Baruch right now has the
In lane 2,
4th
the
position,
Maritime
and Hayes has the 5th. And
Aiden Burke.
I just caught up to it, Nick, and this is what I was looking for. Both of the top swimmers in this event are freshmen. So we're looking at 2 guys who conceivably will be going head-to-head for a long time if they continue to come here to this Metro showcase and tournament.
Strong future for those 2, and they could be battling it out for many years here at the Mets.
Representing Maritime and Baruch. Vasilikov in lane 4. Hits the water first. And right now, leading the way will be Aiden Walls, but overtaken in the middle of the pool by Vasilikov. As we expected, shoulder to shoulder with Rowan Hayes. They make the first turn, they emerge, and it is Vasilikov the first to emerge. But they are neck and neck. Rowan Hayes looks like he may have a shot at touching the wall first. He does not. Vasilikov gets in about 0.3 of a second ahead of Hayes on the first turn, but they are shoulder to shoulder right in the middle of your screen. 3rd place being held steady by Tommy Booth as he came on strong. Perhaps looking to challenge, but the 2 leaders are in lanes 4 and 5 for now. Hayes once again emerges, but Vasilikov looks to overtake him here in the final couple of yards and touches up. Hayes actually won that split, but is behind by 0.2 of a second. Hayes making a push now as we go into the 3rd turn on the far side. He does get to the wall first. They are literally neck and neck, a hair separating them, but it looks like Rowan Hayes has taken over the lead, maybe just by a hand or an arm's length. They touch the wall. First is Hayes.
So close.
Yeah.
133.44 for Hayes, 133.68 for Vasilkov.
He won the split by half a second, but he's only ahead by 0.2 of a second in total as we get to the final turn. Here we go. Hayes gets a really good bounce off the wall. Great kick. Vasilikov finally emerges, but Hayes pouring it on. Can Vasilikov make a run here in the final 1/8 of the pool? He cannot. This one is going to be won by Rowan Hayes at 2:07.10. Vasilikov 1 second behind him. Coming in 3rd with a nice showing is Tommy Booth, 2:13.19. Aiden Walls finishes 4th, right in front of Aiden Burke in 5th. Teddy Herman finishing in 6th. Hans Soltsiak in 7th, and Jordan Lynn rounds it out at 2:25.56 in 8th place. Great spirited run that time by the 2 freshmen, both of whom shaved their times. Hayes by over a second.
Strong last length there by Hayes to get the lead. That's going to bring us to the women's 200-yard butterfly. 2 heats here. First heat will be the B heat in lane 3. Nobody in lanes 1, 2, 7, or 8. So lane 3 from Roberts West University, Jordan Vanderhoof. Lane 4 from Gordon College, Arwen Hefner. Meadow Hughes from Maine Maritime Academy, lane 5, and Kat Christensen from Hudson University in lane 6. The best seed time was Arwen Hefner, 5:87.
So a total of 12 swimmers in the women's butterfly, 4 of course in this heat. Only 1 senior in the bunch, that'll be in the A final. A couple of freshmen in this one, and leading the way is one of them. It is Vanderhoof leading the way right now with a strong first 25. Although she was a good 12 seconds behind the leader in this heat during qualifiers. Meadow Hughes trying to draw even now. Slowing down a bit is Vanderhoof. Maine Maritime in second right now. Hefner in third, about a body and a half back of Hughes. Kat Christensen in fourth in this heat, but still leading the way here is Vanderhoof for Roberts Wesley, and a seed time of 3:07:03. Right now, she's way ahead of that.
Vanderhoof swimming well right now. About 2 bodies length lead over Hughes.
Yep.
And she will touch first here.
Hughes has been able to narrow it a little bit, catching up. But still, that body advantage by Vanderhoof. She makes the turn. Now Hughes makes her turn. Delays there for just a moment.
Vanderhoof with a 40-for-15 split. Hughes with a better split, though, of 43-73. As she tries to track down Vanderhoof.
Yeah, and Hefner has slowed down considerably. She was about 3 or 4 seconds off of the top Sioux swimmers, but certainly Hughes has made up a little bit of the gap. Still has a bit of a way to go here as we approach the 150-yard mark, but it does look like Hughes is making up some ground and might be able to take over first place at this coming turn. Vanderhoof slowing down considerably, and you wonder if Arwen Hefner has a big run coming up here for her, because she is way off of her seed time. And it looks like Hughes has taken over the lead. She was just 1/10 of a second behind coming off that turn. She's at risk of losing her swim cap right now. Dangerously close to falling off, but she does take the final turn here off the far wall.
Yeah.
And she is probably going to finish first here, the sophomore. Hefner looking to make a run at second. She's turning it on now. Way too late for first place, but can Hefner come in second over Vanderhoof? Looks like she'll have enough steam in the engine to do so. Hughes touches up at 2:53.69 to take first. Hefner comes from behind to take second, about 3 seconds off the leader. 1 second behind her is Jordan Vanderhoof for third, and Kat Christensen making her way down the length of the pool to finish up. But nice race that time, and a good job by Meadow Hughes.
Meadow Hughes losing the swim cap to now slow her down. It's sped her up from the prelims. So nice job by her there. Nice job by the ladies here in this competition.
Should be an interesting A final as well, Nick, as we have Elise Alexander leading the pack in the middle. She's raced really well.
Yeah, her seed time 2:13.49, which was the best by 4 seconds. So the A final is coming up next, and 8 competitors in this, so all 8 lanes. In lane 1 from Gordon College, Gina Aulette. In lane 2 from Sarah Lawrence College, Keelani Talma. In lane 3 from Huston University, Kayla Payson. Lane 4 from Baruch College, Elise Alexander. Lane 5 from Rochester University, Maya June. Lane 6 from Felician University, Cleo Kepka. Lane 7 from Mount St. Mary College, Megan Worcester, who we saw have a big win a few races ago. And in lane 8 from Maine Maritime Academy, Claire McDonald.
Right, so if you go by preliminary times, it looks like this is Elise Alexander's race to lose. Her seat time of 2:13.49, a good 4.5 seconds over the competition in the rest of the field. But Nick, separating second, third, and fourth best times, only some quality points between 2 and 4 up for grabs.
Megan Worcester has to be gassed after swimming the 1650 earlier.
Right.
To come back and swim this. And I would assume she's going to be a part of the relay later. I have to look more into that. Can't confirm it because we do not have all the competitors listed for that.
Yep. Well, she'll be a little sore in the morning, but I would think for many of these competitors, the day will be off tomorrow, President's Day. Most colleges observing that as a school closure holiday, but if not, get a good night's sleep and get ready for classes tomorrow or later this week. But for some of these swimmers, or for a lot of them, this will be their final meet of the season. Some of these competitors might work their way into nationals or a last chance meet down the road. ECACs potentially might be in play as well. So time to let it all hang out here.
Kalani was the Skyline Rookie of the Year. She's a finalist in the 100 and 200 fly and the 200 free at Mets.
Dave, I've been here 3 straight days, and each day it's getting hotter and hotter.
Well, what was good is that in the pre-game or the pre-meet, I was down there by the bulkhead, and it was pretty breezy down there. They had the fans going, and I was like, wow, this is a lot different than being up in the rafters. You would think up here it would be actually a little bit cooler.
Yeah,
but
I was hoping 2 years ago here for the first time that we'd be across the way in the glass press box over there. I've been below that where I pick up the meat sheets. It's nice and cool in there, climate controlled.
Not to be, although we can't really complain about our vantage point. We've got
great view.
Some of the best seats in the house. So here we go, the 200 fly, the A heat, and medals awarded here. Right now, all neck and neck between lanes 2 and 6, trailing not so far as the rest of the pack. It is Alexander who leads the way by about a quarter of an arm's length. Looks like she's trying to shake off Cleo Koepka, but it is Talma who's taking second off the touch in lane 2. Lane 4, 2, 6, and 3 right now. Looks like the order as we approach the midway point of this butterfly. Alexander building her lead over Talma, who's built up her lead a little bit more against Koepka. Indeed, Talma and Alexander sub 33, with Koepka coming in at 33.69 on that split.
Yeah, Alexander 32.11, and she's far behind though.
I'll tell you what, Talma had a really bad turn that time, but she was actually making up some ground on Alexander. Now Alexander turning it up in this second half of this full length.
Alexander 34.35, the fastest split.
It out either way. Claire McDonald coming in 8th, and so congratulations to Elise Alexander, who is able to shave off just under 1 second off of her time. Alexander also a freshman for Baruch College, so a chance to really build on a great first-year showing here at the Mets.
All right, now we're going to event 38, which is going to be 2 heats for the men's butterflies. After that, we'll have a 20-minute break before the main event, which is the 400-yard freestyle relays. So in this heat here, the first heat, which is the B heat, Will Whaley from Robert Russell University in lane 2, Parker Andress from SUNY Maritime in lane 3, Ryan Mayer from Maine Maritime Academy lane 4, Jackson Lerner from Mount St. Mary College lane 5, and Daniel Yagurov from Baruch College in lane 6.
And Mayer and Lerner in lanes 4 and 5, separated in prelims by less than half a second. So certainly keep our eyes on those 2 young men. As first into the wall was Yadgarov, coming in at 27.66, actually just a little bit behind Lerner, as Lerner came in about 1/10 of a second in front. Lerner extends through this turn, still in first place, looking to hold Yadgarov away as a very small lead, as Ryan Mayer perhaps looking to make up some ground. Trailing is Endress and Whaley, and another good quality turn by Jackson Lerner for Mount St. Mary.
Lerner touched first, 32.70 split. Time leading the way.
Yadgarov still holding off Mayer for second place. He's got about a half a body lead on him. And half a body behind the leader, Jackson Lerner. Lerner got a really good turn off of that last board, and looks like Yadgarov is slowing down just a little bit, and enough for Mayer to perhaps take over second place. We will see as they come into touch. Indeed, Mayer has overtaken Yadgarov for second. He is 4 seconds behind the leader in Lerner. Might be too much to overtake here as Lerner is getting ready for his final turn. Makes the turn, takes a breath, and now finally comes up for air. A good, still 4 seconds in front of Mayer, who's got a big lead now in third. Whaley and Endress battling for third and fourth. Lerner takes first at 2:14.70. Coming in second was Mayer at 2:18.99, and Whaley able to duck in under Parker Endress, who took fourth, and Yadgarov, after a good start, finishes in fifth.
Great finish there, and congrats to the top three. That'll bring us to Heat A. Heat 2, the final in the men's 200-yard butterfly. 8 competitors in this. In lane 1 from Husson University, it is Hunter Jackson. Lane 2 from Baruch College, Luca Shapiro. Lane 3, Miguel Okada from Roberts West University. His seat time, 2:01.41, the third best seat time. Michael Guzman from Baruch College with the best seat time. He's in lane 4, 2:00.43. Right behind him in lane 5 as far as seat time is concerned from Lehman College with a seat time of 2:00.77. Ronald Sanchez, lane 6 from Brooklyn College. Michael Kravitz, we saw him win a race a few races back. Eric Goldstein from Baruch College is in lane 7, and Nathan Gilliam from Husson University in lane 8. And just as a reminder, after this race, there'll be a 20-minute break to give the competitors some time to rest before the 400-yard freestyle relay, and you will hear and see plenty familiar names in that race.
Absolutely here, and something to consider in this race, the top 2 swimmers, Michael Guzman and Ronald Sanchez from Baruch and Lehman, right at 2 minutes for their seat time, separated by about 0.3 of a second. So the goal here for both of those young men will be to finish sub 2 minutes. The record in this event is 1:46, so that is not in jeopardy race. So a lot of racers with still their best swimming ahead of them.
Look for this race to finish in right at 2 minutes.
Right.
Of course, the record holder of this, the legendary Ben Michelson, set the record in 2002, 1:46.99.
Records that, as Nick mentioned before, not likely to be broken anytime soon. That's with a long history of incredible competition spread through all over the region, and the Metros, of course, improving their footprint this year than in years past. The New Jersey Athletic Conference schools not participating due to conference championship conflicts. Otherwise, this would be a much busier meet, Nick, with all the NJAC schools taking part as well. Certainly miss those schools because there's some amazing swimmers from those schools, but had some great races here in this one. So here we go, a final of the men's butterfly 200 yards. And they come out in unison about midway through the pool. Heads come up and they make their first turns. Looks like we have our leader right now is Sanchez from Lehman, trying to keep both Kravitz and Guzman at bay. Saw Kravitz win an earlier race tonight, and after making that turn, it looks like it was Guzman taking over.
Close there. Guzman 26.54. Sanchez right there, 26.60.
Yep, 6/100ths of a second separate first and second right now. We had a feeling this would be a close one.
Kravitz right there with them now.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget Miguel Ocana as well. Racing hard through the first half of this race. First touch belongs to Guzman again. And he is right now built his lead to about a half a second over Sanchez. Ocana has actually taken over second place by just a hair, less than 0.2 of a second. Another turn in the books, and they race once again towards the starting blocks to complete the final 50 upcoming. Looks like Sanchez may have taken back over second place. He has. That's been a war between him and Ocana. But can anybody catch the leader? Michael Guzman from Baruch. He continues to power forward into the final turn. Gets a good kickoff, as does Sanchez. But Sanchez falling behind now by almost a full body length, as Michael Guzman is going to win this one and take gold in the 200 fly at 1:58.21. Coming in at 2 minutes flat 16 is Ronald Sanchez, and the bronze is won by Miguel Ocana, 2:02.59. Coming in fourth was Shapiro in lane 2, 2:04.37. In lane 6, Kravitz took fifth place. Goldstein for Baruch in sixth. Nathan Gilliam in seventh, and Hunter Jackson in eighth. We looked for the sub 2 minute finish, Nick. That's exactly what we got from Guzman.
Yeah, great swim by him, and he picks up the last individual competition of the meet victory, as we'll have that 20-minute break now, and then the event that everyone always looks forward to at the Mets, the 400-yard freestyle relay.
Right, we'll get 2 heats for the women there, and we'll have 1 heat for the men when it comes time. But as Nick mentioned, we do have a 20-minute break. We will do the same and throw it to break and close our audio. When we come back, we will have the final couple of events here live from the Metros at Rutgers University. Stay with us. Just a programming note that we are in a break right now. We will come back from our break in just a few moments with our final events of the evening, which will be our 400 freestyle relay. All right, folks, we are back here live from the Sunny Werblin Recreation Center here on the campus of Rutgers University for the 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Championships here. We've been treated to 3 great days of swimming and diving. And Nick, you were mentioning folks who are listening in. I want to send a shout out to my wife at home who's listening as well, wants to let us know that we sound pretty good here, and things are going well since we had our audio snafu a little bit earlier in this segment of things anyway. But overall, we've had a really great week of activity, and we really want to thank everybody who's been texting in via the live stream, of course, cheering on all their favorites. And they've had a lot of thanks for us on the air, for, of course, you and Joe. But really the thanks is to everybody who tunes in and keeps events like this going to the public because of great people who are listening in every time.
Yeah, the comments section has been great, as it has been the last 2 years that we've covered this, and it's a tremendous event put on each and every year. Lots of new listeners this year because a lot of new teams, and we thank you all for tuning in order to join the broadcast and see what we can offer here. So we're proud to bring you this tournament for the 3rd straight year, and one more race style left to go.
So here we go. It's the women's 400 free relay. This is the first heat, the B finals. Gordon in lane 3, Huston in lane 4, and Maine Maritime in lane 5.
Yeah, so we have just the participants for Gordon College. So right now in the pool, Isabella Gadus for Gordon. Next will be Catherine Maloney, followed by MK Farkas, and capped off with Grace Haxanasto in that anchor portion of the relay.
And also we want to let you know of a programming note. When this is over, we are going to have a mic put down near the public address. And they'll take over from there to let us know our results for the meet as well. So stay tuned. For now, it is lane 5 in Maine Maritime leading the pack as both teams get their second swimmers out into the pool, followed closely by Husson and Gordon College. Maine Maritime continues to hold the lead here. They came in with a seed time of 2:05.10, 3 seconds behind Husson's seed time, but that matters little now.
Maine Maritime Academy, 27-9 for a split. This race should end right around the 4-minute mark. So we're almost halfway there.
And speaking of almost halfway there, now Gordon making a move on Husson here for second place in this B relay. Still the fastest freestyle swimmers on the 3rd and 4th legs. Maine Maritime in the pool first, followed by Gordon and then Husson. Husson has some time to make up here, but Gordon making a play as that lead by Maine Maritime is dwindling down to less than a body length. Maine Maritime will hit first through this turn.
28-79 split for Maine Maritime, but Gordon College split was 27-83.
Yes, and this will be the point where Gordon makes their move to take over first place here. They're about a quarter of a body length behind. Strong kick turn. Maine Maritime's lead is very slim. And here comes Husson now. Less than a body length behind Gordon. Good finish here for Maine Maritime on this leg. They keep their lead, not by much, about a half a second. 0.3 of a second. And then 1 second behind them both is Husson. First turn, last leg.
Maine Maritime Academy got a great dive in there by their fourth swimmer.
Crowd gets into it now as we are halfway through this final leg, and Husson making its move as expected. And on the turn, they take over first place. Halfway down until the final 25. Husson has taken over first place. Maine Maritime in second. They'll need a huge final 25 to take it away from Husson. Unfortunately, we don't have the individual racers in this one, but Husson will take first place in the B 400 free relay in the B heat at 3:54.28. Less than 4 seconds later is Maine Maritime at 3:58.06, and Gordon College 4 minutes even and 40 milliseconds.
Excellent job there. And now we move on to the third heat, the final heat for the women, the final women's race of the Mets. And we have teams going from lanes 2 through 7. Lane 2, Sarah Lawrence College. And in the first leg of that, it's going to be Genevieve Chiappetta. Second leg, Josie Lohr. Third leg, Ella Hernan. Fourth leg, Kalani Talma. Lane 3, the Bearcats. We do not have their swimmers listed. Felician University. In lane 4, Natalia Amano. The first leg, Amelia Myers. In the second leg, Katinka Hummels in the third leg, and Dee Higgs in the fourth. We saw Dee and Katinka place very well in the individual races before. Roberts Wesleyan University in the fifth lane. The first leg of the race, Brett Van Boden. The second leg, Renee Roselier. Third leg, Juliana French. Fourth leg, Maya June. Sixth lane, Hunter College. Kiana Garino in the first leg. Katarina Titarenko the second leg. Nancy Leela third leg. Kara Chang the fourth. Mount St. Mary College. There in lane 7, Catherine Masaida is up first, followed by Emily Gursky. Megan Worcester then third leg, and Grace McHugh to finish it off. For them, the top qualifying school for this relay was Felician University by quite a margin as well. 331.93. Roberts Wesleyan University was second, 349.02.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Nick. That's what I was going to say as well. Felician, a heavy favorite here in this A relay final. Seating time alone tells us they should be 18 seconds ahead, which would probably put them at a full length of the pool, perhaps even more. For now, they do have that opening lead, and it looks like Hunter is in second, followed by Baruch. Baruch actually touched up first, followed by Hunter by 2/100ths of a second. But Felician out, and it looks as if the race for second and third will be, at least for this first leg, between Baruch and Hunter. They are neck and neck. Bearcats, we do not have their swimmers, but Hunter doing well, and Baruch and Hunter in second and third still. And the battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth, they are right next to one another. Sarah Lawrence, Roberts Wesleyan, and Mount St. Mary. It's almost like a pyramid in front of us, Nick. Felician on top, two CUNY schools, second and third, but trailing now a little bit is the Baruch relay, and making up some heavy ground is Roberts Wesleyan in lane 5.
Felician here with the strong swim by Amelia Myers. Essentially, we're looking at a victory lap here for the competition and this race once Katinka almost dives in, followed by D.D. Higgs. Great racing for Felician in this race and all weekend long.
We said it would be by a full pool length. It might be by a lot more than that, as second, third, and fourth dip into the pool. Baruch, Roberts Wesleyan, and Hunter, very little separating 2, 3, and 4, and right behind them in unison, Sarah Lawrence and Mount St. Mary. It looks as if Baruch right now has a slight lead in second. Robert Wesleyan starting to trail off a little bit as Hunter College pushing for second now. They reach the wall in third.
Over a pool length for Felician.
Right.
Baruch well behind, but still ahead right now in second.
Yep. Double points on these relays, so these relays very, very important. Baruch right now in second place as Felician continues to hold steady here and will make the final turn for their final swimmer.
About a pool and a half length lead
right
for them.
Baruch has fully taken over second place now. It is theirs to lose, and the race now for third belongs to Hunter, and Wesleyan battling with Mount St. Mary and Sarah Lawrence College for fourth at this point. Hunter continuing to fight off both Roberts Wesleyan and Mount St. Mary. Sarah Lawrence, don't count them out, as they've made up some ground on Mount St. Mary. Felician done with their race, 3:34.16. And the race for second, and it will be won by Baruch. The real test will be fourth, fifth, and sixth. Hunter right now will place third, and here comes the race for fourth, won by Sarah Lawrence over Roberts Wesleyan, who come in fifth, and Mount St. Mary sixth. So 3:34.16 is our winning time for Felician. They hold true to their seeding time and win by a bunch.
Yeah, great job by them. They proved greatly from their seeding time as well. Well, they right there with their seeding time as well. But the other schools also doing a good job as far as getting it with their seeding time. So now we move on to the last race of the Mets for 2024, the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. And we have the competitors through lanes 1 through 8. So for this event, it's about to get started as the competitors make their way towards the pool. And we will start off in lane 1 with SUNY Maritime College. Rowan Hayes starting it off for the all-freshman team, followed by Liam McManus, Parker Endress, and Ryan Colombo. Roberts Wesleyan in lane 2. Roden Baldwin, he is going to swim first. Andon Fedor second. John Spencer third. Miguel Okada is swimming fourth. Lehman College is in lane 3. Baruch Bearcats in lane 4. Maine Maritime Academy in lane 5. Hudson University lane 6. Unfortunately, do not have the competitors listed for those 4 teams, those 4 schools. Gordon College is in lane 7. John Sullivan swimming fourth. And then for Brooklyn College, Nikolai Kryluk is going first. Max Bratzowski second. Michael Kravitz third. And Ryan Badre Hume is going fourth.
Yeah, so we don't have their racers, but Baruch College right now sitting in good position with this 3:07.93 prelim time. Was a good 10 seconds ahead of the pack. So they are the big favorites here in this race. But from there, Maine Maritime posted a prelim time of 3:15.52, Lehman 3:17.10. So second and third place open for the taking as well, looking to challenge the favorites here in the pool in lane 4, the Baruch College Bearcats. Will be interesting to see what the final results will be via the loudspeaker in just a few minutes. But before that, this relay will have a lot to do with it, as first out of the turn was Maine Maritime, followed by Lehman. Baruch right there with them, as is Hassan. And right now it is lane 4 and Baruch taking over. And it's like top with Maritime and Maine Maritime in second place right now, but Baruch building their lead as they expected to do.
Baruch first leg there was 46.10 by the first swimmer, 23.82 split for him.
SUNY Maritime was the second team to put a second swimmer in the pool, but it is right now Hassan that has taken over second place by a good 3/4 of a body length in lane 6. Baruch continues to hold pace. Hassan in second, and really a dead heat for third place between SUNY Maritime and Lehman and Maine Maritime. Big points here for Maine Maritime in this relay. Hassan building its lead in second place, and Baruch gets its third swimmer in the pool.
25.01 split for Baruch swimmer there. Hassan 25.67. They're in second.
Maine Maritime got in the pool after Hassan did, so they are now 1, 2, and 3, with Roberts Wesleyan taking over fourth place in lane 2. Baruch with the huge lead. Coming in to touch up in second place is Hassan, and Maine Maritime right now with the bronze. Battle for fourth place going on between lanes 2 and 3. A good lead there for Roberts Wesleyan over Lehman, but they're neck and neck. Baruch up to about a 3/4 lead in the pool, send in their final swimmer. Hassan comfortably in second, they get their swimmer in. Maine Maritime needs the points. They get their swimmers in, followed by Roberts Wesleyan and Lehman. Hassan continues second place, and they've cut a little bit of the time off. Making a run now in lane 3 is Lehman.
Baruch just got a 21.72 split. They're finishing strong. Maine Maritime 21.96 split. Lehman 22.56. So the last swimmers, the anchors, all going lightning fast here.
So Baruch will take home first place. Touching up, it looks like it will be Hassan coming in second, and Maine Maritime in third. Hassan indeed touches up at 3:14.23. Maine Maritime at 3:16.66, and Lehman comes in fourth, 3:18.74, followed by Roberts Wesleyan at 3:20.20. Rest of our competitors are still racing in the pool. It was Gordon College coming in at 3:31.69 for sixth, and SUNY Maritime in seventh at 3:36.92.
So a great final race to cap off a great weekend here at Rutgers University. And coming up shortly from the meet, we know Felicia is going to win for the women's. The men's more so up in the air.
All right, Nick, I am going to go off headset and head down to the scorer's table, and you'll take it from here.
All right, so as that race wrapped up, that concludes all the races for this weekend, and now we will wait and see who or which schools won. We think Felician most likely are the winners. And it's going to come down to Maine Maritime and Baruch. Going into today, Maine Maritime had 911 points. Baruch had 851. Hudson was in third at 683. Going into today, Felician was at 870. Maine Maritime was in second on the women's end, 509.50. Hudson was at third, 498. So Hudson might get 2 top 3 finishes, but Felician, they definitely won. They did great today. Maine Maritime or Baruch, we shall see who wins. And
in the previous heat, lane 3 was disqualified.
in that last heat, actually, lane 3 was disqualified. So Lehman, they get voided off the board in that last race, the final race, event 40. So Baruch stays in first, though, still. Huston second, Maine Maritime third. And that would actually going to move up Roberts Wesley into fourth in the standings. So a bit of a switch there. Been a great weekend here at the Sunny Werblin Sports and Recreation Center and the pool here. Looks like a swimmer is in the pool now, swimming. I guess a cool down, but this meet is over. Congratulations to Baruch on winning that event, and the winners will now be calculated, and we'll see which the winning teams are. Typically, we see the winners all jump in the pool. So we'll see if we can get a good camera angle of that. So we'll wait here to see which winners are crowned. We know Felician is going to be the winner for the women. We'll see if it's Maine Maritime Academy of Baruch College for the men's.
Everyone please stick around. The award ceremony will begin shortly.
There'll be an award ceremony as well to hand out some individual winners, the best of the meet. And that should begin shortly, the award ceremony, which will then be followed by the overall team winners. So a nice round of applause for the winning racers in that last race, Baruch, from the fans in the stands, the faithful. Everyone taking pictures. Roberts Wesleyan in front of us, getting their pictures taken. And a nice vibe in here right now from all the teams who are just happy to have completed the 3 days of rigorous competition here in Piscataway, New Jersey.
Okay, thanks, guys. You. Public address announcements being given forms anyway, so you think that they'll be making announcements soon. And if they do, we will throw it down to our public address announcer who will give us the results of this one and the meet itself. So stay tuned for that as well.
So it looks like the results just have been passed along from the statistician, or from the scorekeepers to the statistician. So she'll enter them into the system and then it'll be on to the public address announcer to give the official announcements of the individual winners from the meet awards and the overall team winners.
Right, so sorry, Nick, I don't know if my mic was on before, but yes, exactly what you said. As soon as the public address announcer starts to make their comments, we will mute our mic. Finals, scores, and they will include diving as well. So we'll get our final results and we will crown champions of the 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Conference. Looks like results are being tabulated in the booth to the right of the scorers table. So still waiting on official results here. And when we get them, of course, you'll hear the screams and shouts of these teams. Very many of these teams, Nick, you know this from experience because you've been here for the last 3 years covering this, here for the first time. There's a lot of new blood in the water, so to speak. Some teams very used to being here, but a lot of new faces and a lot of, new rivalries blooming from this weekend's event, and, definitely something to look forward to in future years with all the new swimmers and divers in the pool.
Yeah, and this year a lot of teams switched, but Hunter College and Baruch College, they're back, and they both hosted their Mets Best this weekend. Looks like everything's still being calculated.
Yep.
We see somebody on their phone down there, so hopefully not too many issues. But we'll also see, the last few years we've seen the winning teams jump in the pool whole along with their coach. So we'll see if that tradition continues here amongst these new teams.
That will feel very refreshing in this building, but once they get outside, they might regret that. It's
very
cold
cold
out
outside
there.
today.
But we should mention that as long as the Metros will have us, and as long as we're here at Rutgers, of course, and are available to cover it, we would love to be here for future years. We've been really honored to bring it to you each of these last 3 years. Of course, we speak for our colleague Joe Foreman, who's been with us throughout last couple of years, of course, with a vested interest in the College of Staten Island being here as well. But even with CSI not here, of course, a mainstay for Joe and yourself. And, of course, we send along his greetings as well, and another job well done this year. And, again, we look forward to bringing you this event each and every year, and we're thankful for all the viewers who tune in because, honestly, without you guys, there are no such thing as streams and our ability to do this. So it's because it's viewed and because it's wanted that we're here. So we're very grateful and thankful for, of course, everybody who's tuned in. And, of course, for these athletes who I'm sure will go home and watch some of their performances and maybe critique themselves, maybe look forward to doing more in the future. So all around.
Everyone please hang tight for a brief award ceremony. We'll start in a few minutes.
All right, a few minutes we've been told.
Must be some discrepancy in the voting process for the winners.
Possibly, maybe for, meet MVPs or things like that as well. That could be something. I know the coaches have a say in that. Nick, while we have a moment, we should mention, too, that we will be off the air for quite some time, about a month, until our next programs.
We're going to start with the women's team.
We'll mention that.
In 11th place, with 100 points, SUNY Maritime College.
SUNY Maritime in 11th.
In 10th place, with 404 points, Brooklyn College.
10th place, Brooklyn.
In 9th place, with 500 points, Sarah Lawrence College.
Sarah Lawrence College, 9th place.
In 8th place, with 540 points, Mount St. Mary College.
Mount St. Mary in 8th.
In 7th place, with 567 points, Gordon College.
Gordon finishing in 7th. Hunter, 6th place.
In 5th place, with 667.5 points, Baruch College.
Surprising.
In 4th place, with 727 points, Robert Wesleyan University. In 3rd place, with 771.5 points, the Maine Maritime Academy.
So we had a switch.
Everything's staying true to form. Until then.
Your 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Conference runners-up with 814 points. Houston University.
job. Hassan came into today in third. They come out in second.
249 points, your 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Conference champions, Felician University.
And there was no doubt Felician takes first place, well over 1,000 points. Great job by the Golden Eagles.
Excellent job by them all weekend long. Just total domination.
There was little to doubt on the women's side, Nick, I think. But on the men's side, you know, Baruch had 60 points to make up. We'll see if they were able to do that.
Yeah, the men's definitely up in the air. I mean, Baruch just won that last race, so that could greatly impact things as far as the final standings are concerned.
So congratulations once again to Felician, winners on the women's side. I misspoke just a while ago. Should be the Felician Golden Falcons, not the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles are, of course, St. Joseph's College of Long Island. But just like Nick said, really not a doubt from the very first night until tonight, they dominated on the women's side. And really it's a two-team race on the men's side. Maine Maritime came in with 911 points, Baruch 851 coming into tonight. But we saw firsthand Baruch take some wins outright and, of course, scored a lot of points here tonight, including that final relay. Could they have overtaken Maine Maritime?
Now for the men's team scores.
Here we go.
In 11th place with 29 points, SUNY Delhi.
SUNY Delhi.
In 10th place with 44 points, Sarah Lawrence College.
Sarah Lawrence comes in next.
In 9th place with 148 points, Mount St. Mary College.
Mount St. Mary coming in ninth.
In 8th place with 337 points, Brooklyn College.
Brooklyn College next.
In 7th place with 359 points, SUNY Maritime College. In 6th place with 423 points, Gordon College.
Gordon next.
In 5th place with 428 points, Lehman College.
Good showing for Lehman.
In 4th place with 1,004 points, Hassan University.
So Hassan drops from third to fourth. Still very good point totals.
In 3rd place with 1,059 points, Roberts Wesleyan University.
Roberts Wesleyan, located closest to us, take the bronze as a team. 3rd place, they move up one spot.
In 2nd place with 1,266 points, your 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Conference runners-up, Baruch College.
Big drop. Baruch is not going to win, so they, despite their best efforts in the last race,
Maine Maritime was able to hold them off.
and the anticipation is building for the official announcement here.
Maybe waiting for some of their players or swimmers and divers to get involved. Let's see. We have a lot of Maine Maritime fans in front of us as well.
Yeah,
so
and the swimmers.
they're excited.
The anticipation is really building here.
You want me to? Do you want me to call him now or not? And your 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Conference champions with 1,288 points, the Maritime Academy.
Maritime Academy in their Mets debut comes away with victory.
There they go. They'll take their photos and maybe one final dip in the pool. Congratulations are in order. As Nick mentioned, this their debut effort at the Metros. And now, of course, the focus begins on how to repeat as champions next year. I'm sure they'll go back to the drawing board, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point this week and get right back in the pool.
Well, maybe they'll do a film study. They'll watch back the broadcast for the last 3 days.
Hey, why not? That would make some sense.
All right, we're going to start with the individual awards.
All right, individual awards. Here we go.
For the women from Felician University, Juliana Kratka.
Juliana Kratka wins for Felician. I think that was our meet MVP.
One or both?
She gets her award. No surprise at the MVP coming from the winning school.
And for the men from Baruch College, Ramsdale Fangrish.
Fangrish winning it for Baruch. There's our men's winner on your screen.
What? Once again, the men's rookie of the year from Baruch College, Ramsdale Fangrish.
Rookie of the year that award was for.
Strong showing for him in his freshman season and his Mets debut.
It's quite an honor considering the group of freshmen that were in this meet. That was quite a bunch.
Swimmer of the meet.
Next up is going to be swimmer of the meet.
Yep. Now for the swimmers of the meet. For the women from Felician University, Natalie Amen.
Natalie Amen from Felician.
Natalia, the swimmer of the meet. Congratulations to her.
And for the men from Baruch College, Bennett Mascua.
Baruch winning 2 awards despite not finishing in first. So the future is bright for the Bearcats.
Diver the meet next.
Yeah, so
next up will probably be divers of the meet.
Yes, congratulations to Bennett on his award. He was sensational tonight as well, winning an event.
Now for the Joe Steets Diver of the Meet Award for the women from Robert Wesleyan University, Emma DeCobb.
Got the long walk. She'll pop up on your screen. There she is. Good job for Emma. A great meet here on the 1 meter boards tonight. It's the Wayne from Roberts Wesleyan.
Roberts Wesleyan exceeding in diving.
Outstanding senior.
They know what they're doing on the diving boards, those Robert Wesleyan. They scored a lot of points that way in this meet. Good job. And I believe our next award will be our senior award. Nick, if I overhear correctly.
The diver. Yeah, we're getting the behind the scenes here over at the PA table.
All right, our next award is the Dick Kremke Outstanding Senior Award. This award is voted on by all the coaches. For the women from Sarah Lawrence College, Genevieve Chiappelli.
Chiappelli called her name a couple of times. Let's see if she's, there she is. Pick her up.
Her Congratulations to Genevieve Chiappetta. She's been here for a number of years now. And she had a great final meet.
Accepts the award and poses for her picture. Very well deserved. It's amazing. Swimming is one of those sports that takes so much discipline, Nick. You have to, it's a 2-semester sport.
And for the men,
you have to practice just about every single day. It's the longest sport of the year. And Bennett wins himself another award from Baruch.
Diving Coach of the Year.
Baruch cleaning up with the awards.
Yeah, Baruch almost a clean sweep. So far for the individuals, we'll see.
Our next award is the Diving Coach of the Year award.
Diving Coach of the Year.
For both the men's coach
It's got to be Roberts Wesleyan.
Winners Robert Wesleyan University, Jackie Moores.
There she is. Coach Jackie, a tremendous job with her pupils. Hand.
And finally, for Swim Coach of the Year, it's the Tony Lisa Award. For the Women's Coach of the Year from Felician University, Chris Dunn.
Well, they were sensational all weekend. We said it. Felician ran away with this one. And just lead deserved.
And for the Men's Coach of the Year from the Maine Maritime Academy, Tony Morrow.
Head coach. Add that one to the trophy case, coach. Great job.
That concludes the 2024 Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Championships. Congratulations to all the swimmers and divers.
Actually, that does not conclude things.
Pick up the dive, Dave.
Belly flops, and in they go. Felician is next into the pool, t-shirts and all. There's a pretty great sight. Just going back to what I was saying before, Nick, swimming, a lot of discipline. You need to practice. You need to compete 2 semesters. Not very few days off in between, but this is a nice payoff for teams that work really hard for this.
Absolutely. And I hope the coaches brought a change of clothes because you do not want to go outside soaking wet tonight. And big congratulations go to the coaches and the student athletes.
Absolutely, and congratulations in order to the Metropolitan Collegiate Swimming and Diving Conference. Another year in the books. We had a lot of snow that came in between Friday and Saturday. Great job by the Rutgers staff to really make sure that this meet could go on Saturday morning without a hitch, uninterrupted, no delays. Just a fantastic job and a fantastic effort all weekend long from everybody. And of course, a fantastic effort from you, Nick. Thank you for being here all weekend long. Of course, for our colleague Joe Foreman as well, and for everybody behind the scenes at Rutgers that helps us make this happen. Of course, to our friends at the Metro Conference, congratulations on a great season. And for all of you, and to all of you who keep tuning in and listening and following PDF Sportsnet, we thank you so much. Coming up in March, we have the Charter Public School Athletic League Basketball Championships that are coming live from Lehman College at the end of March, March 23rd. That will be our next broadcast. So about a month away, we will have high school basketball coming at you. And then we turn the page to arena football, to women's professional football, some summer football as well, and of course in July we have the New York Little League Baseball Championship. The winners of that have the rights to move on.
The road to Williamsport starts on PDF Sports Network.
It absolutely does for the second year in a row, as Staten Island, New York will host that tournament. So we have a lot going on at PDF Sportsnet. We hope that you can follow us throughout the year and stay tuned to all the things that we're doing. And of course, if you want to be involved with PDF Sportsnet, if you have an event that you want covered, www.pdfsportsnet.com. pdfsportsnet@gmail.com is our email. 732-723-8189 is our phone number. We thank you for tuning in. For Nick Durst, for our colleague Joe Foreman, I'm David Pizzuto, wishing you a very great rest of the weekend and rest of the evening. So long, folks, from the Metropolitan Swimming and Diving Conference Championships.